today?
Hello there, Five. I'm doing pretty alright. What's up with you?
Not much. I've been playing a lot of WuWa this week because I needed to like get through shit so that we could get to 3.0. Because if I didn't get through 3.0 this weekend, it'd be 3 weeks before I'd be able to do it because I got other stuff to do in the other games. So I we went through the story. I did some stuff in Twitch Lite. Why isn't it showing up? Hang on. Actually, we don't need to actually look at that right now. We're gonna pop this up.
You've played so much.
I've played so much Wuthering Waves recently, guys. It's been crazy. I want to make sure you actually have background music. There we go. At least you got background music now. Let me turn this down just a little bit. All right, who do we have in
Hello,
chat?
Phoebe. Hello, Span.
Hello!
Hello, Beta Vash.
Beta Vash, Beta Vash Atomic, Diefed, Phoebes, Kaylee, Span! Hello! So yeah, I don't want to skim this, but I'll keep it as brief as I can. I played through, where did we leave off when we streamed it? I think I was still in Jinzhou, yeah, right?
Yeah, well, it was right at the beginning, I think.
It was like right around here. Well, we're here now. So I thought I'd take like a couple of seconds to like go over the previous patches. And oh my god, I'd have to talk about Jinzhou too. That seems like so long ago. Hang on.
A week.
It's been a couple weeks. It's been a couple weeks.
Yeah, it's been a couple weeks.
Okay, all right. Okay, hang on. We're not gonna go into like a breakdown. I'm mostly just opening these so I can remember what happened. So Thaw of Eons, Turquoise Moonglow. I'm not entirely sure where these. Oh, I think. Okay, so if did we get introduced to her through the endgame content? Was that it? Maybe. Anyway, so yeah, I finished off Jinzhou. It was all right. It was okay. I actually quite liked the main story arc. I quite like that. How do I pronounce her name? Is it Jinshi?
Yes.
I quite like how Jinshi had like not a whole lot to do with us. I appreciated the fact that she had her own character arc, even though that did kind of unfortunately result in her being off screen for like a lot of the story from what I remember. And then she was kind of like, here's what you need to do, here's what you need to do, I need to go fuck off and take care of my shit, good luck. And then she like left. But I quite liked her as a character. My only real gripe with the ending of it, and it's something that's gonna have a resurgence. It's a recurring theme, but the only thing that really stood out to me was it kind of felt like the climax of her arc was a little bit undercut by the fact that okay, yeah, so we pulled off the super magic explanation that allows them both to coexist, and like neither of them has to die, like the between the Sentinel and the Resonator, and then like she's comatose, or she's recovering or whatever, and she's in a bubble, she can't hear us, and then all of a sudden the Sentinel turns around and is like, okay, actually you were my master first, like we worked together first, and like you did a bunch of awesome shit, and we made a whole bunch of shit together, and you just don't remember, and you're super powerful and cool, and you did all this stuff. And I understand now that I've played through the rest of the story. I understand that was supposed to be more of like establishing footing for the fact that past us had a connection to the Sentinels in some way, like if not every Sentinel, like a bunch of Sentinels before whatever happened that wiped our memories. So I'm like, I understand it from that point of view, but it did kind of feel like we kind of undermined the climax of her arc, and that didn't really settle with me well, because I thought it was really nice. I really like how she was handled. But that was my only gripe with it. Otherwise, it was all right. It was a good establishing patch. It didn't do anything super unique or fascinating, or no, I should say just unique. It didn't do anything super unique, super new. But it was all right. I did like the region with the time shenanigans and shit. I thought that was really visually interesting and narratively interesting as well. And I thought it was all right. Do you remember how you liked Jinzhou when you went through it? You can say no. It's fine.
I was probably rushing a little bit.
Okay.
I wanted to get to the Renesita stuff, and I didn't find it too compelling.
That's fair.
I mean, I just kind of went along with it along the way.
Yeah.
And I don't want to draw the comparison like every second that we're here, but it felt a lot like the last section felt like Dragon Spine again, but
Right.
maybe in a pleasant way.
Yeah, I could definitely see the comparison there for sure.
I liked the time kind of puzzles
Oh yeah, the puzzles were
and
cute.
the vibe of the area.
Yeah, absolutely. It was, yeah. I can definitely see it being as like a like. I can see the comparison being drawn for it being like a separate kind of like wintry region where there's a dragon and like some time shit's going on. I think another thing about Jinsho is why I just kind of found it all right was the fact you said that it was kind of like unremarkable, unmemorable, and I kind of agree. In my opinion, after going through Jinsho, aside from of course Jinshi, where they put like a lot of the focus and stuff because she was like the star of the version, didn't really find anybody super memorable in the first version at all. Everyone was kind of like, you know, sort of like one-dimensional, easy to swallow, very straightforward. This is not derogatory. I use this phrase for any time it happens, but the Avengers Assemble moment felt kind of forced because we didn't really spend a whole lot of time with like half of the characters that showed up in the lineup. Like we met that dude in the fucking hat. I have him fucking E6 and I don't remember his name. He showed up like once, and then he shows up at the end with the Avengers Assemble art. Yeah, and I'm like, what do you even do? Like he thought he was invited. I just met you 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Why are you standing with us?
Yeah, that was really baffling to me as well. There's a lot of technical rough edges, like the fact that they didn't give you any context for a bunch of 4 stars that are kind of still the only 4 stars you get because they didn't add any more.
Yeah. But yeah, again, this isn't to harp on it too much. It was okay. It was the last 1.0 version that I called okay was Enfield, and honestly, characterization wise, I'd probably put them characterization wise and story wise, how the story beats went, I'd probably put them pretty equal. They were serviceable. Didn't do anything really special, didn't do anything outstanding. It was an establishing patch. Characters like are kind of like, okay, they're there. They exist. I'm not really endeared to anybody specifically outside of like 1 or 2 really nice character moments. It's all right. It's okay.
Hashtag it's all right.
Hashtag it's all right. It's okay. I did not like Camilla, right? It's Camilla. Camellia. I do not like her. I thought the characters, because they did that Wuthering Waves, at least it seems like super early on, did that thing where they weaved like character specific stories into the main story so that you were forced to go through them. And I don't mind that at all. It's a gacha game. You're going to need to be selling characters. Like, I don't mind if the character gets a lot of their development on screen. We were talking through the main story. Pi and I were talking about how this trend has been going, and I hypothesized that the reason they do it is because the click-through rate for like character side stories was probably fucking abysmal. And not just WuWa, like every major game has kind of like went away from doing character stories and just kind of weaving character stories in the main story. Kind of messes up the pacing, kind of messes up the flow of it for sure, but I understand the decision behind it, so like it's whatever. I do not like her. The whole I'll find you in every universe thing, super forced. I did not care for Camellia at all. I just, like, she was still, they wanted to sell you this dangerous fantasy of, like, oh, someone who's, like, super obsessed with you, like, someone who stalks you, someone who cares about you and your well-being and wants to make sure that, blah, 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 without committing to the bit of it being violent or, like, actually unsettling or dangerous in any way. I didn't realize she was supposed to be a member of the Black Shores until, like, a bit later than I was supposed to. I think I'm like, oh shit, she's with the Black Shores, so she's just an ally. She's just like that.
Defer that off, I think, because you can see like Frolova and Scar kind of dipping in and out and keeping tabs on you.
And she's
and
red
I think
themed. You're supposed to mistake her.
You're supposed to see her with them and think these guys will have kind of like a red motif. She must be one of those evil people, and then there's supposed to be a mild surprise when the weirdo who like tried to attack you kinda turns out to be one of your very, very dedicated allies in a group with normal people. But They didn't really sell that as a twist. You just kind of figure it out at some point.
It was just kind of there. It took like I I didn't quite like the execution, but I would have at least appreciated if she had more bite to her. But it's just kind of like you have this like really cool scene. The scene itself I thought was kind of cool. Like I thought like the very not so subtle positioning of like her between your legs, or like you between her legs and you're hovering over her while she's like all in her. I thought that was kind of sexy. I liked it. But it's like it's not. It doesn't mean anything to me if you take like the bite from her character away 3 scenes later. It's like, oh yeah, no, she's just like that. She's actually looking out for you and we're all cool with her. And it's like, oh, okay. So she's just kind of like a chuny kind of, and not really a threat because she doesn't actually lash out or hurt anybody or like do anything. She just wants you to think that she's dangerous without them actually committing to her being dangerous. And like,
Yeah.
God, this fucking story quest. It was a lot. Again, and you're gonna hear me repeat this a lot. WuWa doesn't commit the time to get you emotionally attached to characters. You can't have I'll find you in every universe arc in one character story. It just doesn't hit. I don't care. And it's like, I one thing I do want to give it its flowers for, though, I do really like how, they did tweak her outfit from, like, past her when she first arrived at Black Shores. I thought that was really cool. I'm like, oh, okay. They actually, like, changed her model a little bit and, like, changed her hair a little bit. And, visually and artistically, the scenes where, she has those flashbacks and the scenes where her model, like, switches from one version of her to another, like, while the camera's turning stuff, I thought that was, like, really visually interesting. I thought that was really cool. It looked really cool. Just was not a fan of her at all. Moving on. We're at 2.0. 2.0, Rinasita was absolutely a step up in writing and in presentation compared to Jinsho, and I enjoyed it a lot. Like, this was, like, Rinasita, when I got here, it was the first time I got to a space and I'm like, oh, okay, this is entirely uniquely Wuthering Waves. I'm like, okay, so this is like new. And I think like dismissing it as kind of like, oh, okay, yeah, this is like their Fontaine or whatever. I didn't really feel that. I feel like I personally felt like they put enough effort into their designs and into the city layout and everything to make it feel very distinct. It's just like a classy European city, and I don't see the Fontaine parallels very much. I think people just kind of shit talk it because, you know, they do take very clear inspiration with other things. But Rinasita stood apart for me, and I really liked the design. I liked.
It's Italy. They got pizza.
It's Italy. They got pizza. I like the architecture they designed. They went really fucking hard with the architecture in Rinasita, and a lot of the landscapes are just landscapes and buildings and stuff are just really stunning. It's really fun to run around and like look at stuff. I really enjoyed it. Who did we meet first? Well, we met Brand first. He's charming. He's Pai's Blorbo. He's my Blorbo-in-law. So I'm automatically.
He's the reason I played the game, and then in extension, kind of the reason you played the game.
Yeah, absolutely. And I thought he was fun. He came out right. He comes out swinging on a fucking turtle, and it's like, okay, I get the kind of character you are. We're just we're gonna go with it, and he's fun. And I like his dynamic with, I could never know how to pronounce, is it Rochia? Rochia?
I think so.
Okay, Rochia. I really like his dynamic with Rochia. I think they're super cute together, like the brother and sister sort of dynamic, first mate and captain sort of thing. Very fun. I do think the pacing suffers a little bit by them wanting to sell you Carlotta so fucking bad. Like, they want you to be interested in her, so she gets a lot of screen time and a lot of solo time with you. And I think it was just kind of a little bit too much. But I like Carlotta. Carlotta's fun. Zanny goes without saying. I fucking love Zanny. Zanny's great. Zanny, at this point, immediately my favorite character. I was like, I think you're super hot and you're super charming, and I love your attitude and everything and the way that you approach things. Where she's like kind of aloof, but she does take her job seriously, etc. I'm just kind of sucker for this archetype. Like, I'm a sucker for her character type, so I really love Zandy a lot. There was a lot of there was a lot of good setup. Again, I kind of liked the pacing in Renacita a lot more because we got into things a lot more quickly, and we met a lot of characters earlier, and they got to be recurring throughout the version, compared to Jinzhou, where it's like, okay, here's a character and they're gone. Here's a character and they're gone. Here's a character you meet for like 2 seconds and they're gone. I feel it was a lot better pace with regards to the character exposure, and I like how the characters were handled throughout Renacita, where they were all recurring. You would continue seeing them again throughout. It felt a lot more, for lack of a better word, cozy, I suppose. I always like it when gacha games like introduce a cast and that is your cast, so you see them throughout like the entire version as you're going through shit. So it was fun. I liked these guys. I thought they were great. Phoebe's kind of a nothing burger for me. She's pretty and all, but it's kind of like I feel like they could have pushed her character a lot more, where she's like, oh, she's the young, bright-eyed representative of the church who super believes in the order and thinks what they're doing is just, right? And I feel like the whole arc about, the order not being all chalked up to be, I feel like it could have been explored with Phoebe a lot more, with her dismantling her beliefs within the order, and like I just feel like it could have been executed a bit better. And otherwise she's just kind of like, she's nice, and she's pretty, and she's nice, and she's religious. That's about it.
She does wear stockings, which gives her like some points.
I do love the stockings. The stockings are great. I do love the stockings a lot. I'm kind of zooming in here. I will completely admit, like a lot of people who didn't play Wuthering Waves, we first saw like Cantarella, and it's like, wow, okay, sure, okay, this is a super waifu fan service character.
Do you want to pull up like the apology letter?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. She's got the tacit mark on her tongue. She's got massive tits. I'm like, okay, out from the outside looking in, extraordinarily easy to write her off. Where is it? Hang on, I'm scrolling. Oh, I did a lot of live blogging. Hang on. Okay, yeah, here we go. Thank you for reminding me this existed. So Cantarella's great. She's fucking awesome. I really like her a lot. While I was playing through it, because I played through a lot of it on Twitch Lite, I did want to emphasize that I actually quite like her design, and the only things I don't really like about her design are how it, from the front, half of it kind of looks like wedding lingerie. Do you know what I mean? And it's just kind of like, it just feels out of place with the rest of her design. And also, I don't like how her boobs are modeled. I'm sorry, I'm gonna stick by that. But I did make a lot of assumptions because of her marketing, and I fell for the marketing. And I apologize. She's great. I fucking love her character. She's fantastic. I
enjoy how much time we spent in discussion about the shape of the boobs.
Yes.
How they could be improved.
Exactly. And I had to say over and over again, I'm like, it's not the fact her tits are out. I don't mind characters' tits being out. They just don't quite look good, and she deserves to look better because she's a queen. But it's, I really enjoyed her arc. I liked the fact that she wasn't the way the marketing portrayed her. Like, they marketed her a very specific way to draw players in, obviously. She wasn't like that. Like, she was very seductive, she's very mature, obviously, but she's not, like, all over your dick, right? She still maneuvers politically, she's a very intelligent woman, she, like, tries to figure shit out. I really liked how she was moving through, Renacita. I really, really enjoyed her character, like, a lot. What was the other thing I was... Oh, the one thing that stood out to me was that, like, one pacing beat that made me laugh was the fact that in one scene, you're like, oh yeah, Cantarella, she comes from like the poison family that makes poisons that, chooses successors by the successors poisoning the predecessors, and they poison people to kill people, and the current person poisoned her way up the ranks. And it's like, okay, cool. 2 scenes later, she gives you tea. And I'm like, I ain't drinking that shit. Like, do you think I'm fucking stupid? I'm glad they give you I'm glad they give you a choice, though, because like I think I didn't look it up. Obviously, if you choose to drink it, her little scene there afterwards is probably a little bit different. But I like the fact they gave you the choice, because like, yeah, I'm not touching that, and I think that was set up deliberately, and I think that's great.
Yeah.
But yeah, sorry, were you gonna say something?
I think I already forgot. Wait, no, I don't know. But can I grab something? Hang on.
Please.
Keep
By all
going,
means.
going.
Is it about Cantarella? Because I'm about to move on.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I am okay showering Cantarella in compliments. I really love her color palette. I love her animations.
Oh yeah, I remember now.
Are fucking gorgeous. Yeah, go on.
There's something where she said like, you said something like, Cantarella, did you like? They keep saying you poison people. Did you kill a guy? And she goes, a guy.
Oh yeah,
something like that.
Okay, yeah. So that was like, I think it was a conversation on the train. Another thank you for reminding. Another great character beat where the conversation was like, Rover's like, I've heard a lot of rumors about you. I've heard you've like killed people, and I've heard you're like a recluse, and I heard like et cetera, et cetera. And then she's like, a recluse? No. I've been working my ass off, going from nation to nation to try and like negotiate and save our fucking Sentinel. I've been going around maneuvering politically and shit. Don't fucking call me a recluse. And we're like, okay, but like, did you kill people? She's like, yeah. I did that shit. Like,
Queen.
Like I'm a murderer, but I'm not a fucking NEET. Like, don't call me that. I'm like, I loved that for her. Like, I actually thought she was executed super well. I really liked her.
I found it. I'm putting it in chat. It's just a clip link. If you wanna grab it, you don't have to. It's just fun. It's a fun bit of her VA doing something that I told her to.
Sure. Let's take a peek at this. Oh wait, it's kind of quiet. Hang on. What do I have? Here? I'll just be Wuthering Waves for a second. Bump this up.
Why is it so quiet?
I don't know. Oh wait, hang on. Sorry, hang on. People can't hear it. I need to unmute this. Okay, sorry. One more time.
Cantarella's cadence sounds so good for the voiceover announcements in Waitrose. Oh, what voiceover announcements do they do in
Unexpected
Waitrose?
item in the baggage area.
Unexpected item in the baggage area.
That was me. I did that.
It really does. It's really good, actually.
When I go shopping, I'm gonna start doing it.
Apparently it's really quiet. That's mysterious.
Yeah,
they made a plushie of the little jellyfish that's on the screen there. That's like represents her.
Hang on. Let me see. Where is it? Oh,
the
here.
Cartoon jellyfish.
Oh yeah, this one. Yeah.
They were making plushies of it.
That's so cute.
I don't know where it is now, but there's some promotional, so therefore official artwork that shows all the Renacita characters as animals. And it's just like, okay, so here you don't get to pick. These are the animals that they would be, and obviously she's a jellyfish because that's pretty obvious. And I had a moment where I was looking at it like, I don't know where it is. On their Twitter somewhere.
Yeah.
And the first image is all of a bunch of Renacetan characters, and then the second one is the same arrangement of characters as their animal forms. And I looked at the first one like, oh, they're animals in the next pic. What's Brant gonna be as an animal? This is like vaguely official. What's he gonna be? Guess what he fucking is?
Is he a bird?
He's a fucking bird. He's named after a bird.
He's named after.
Why did I even think?
Bitch, you thought there was a chance he wouldn't be a bird.
Why did I even wonder for a second what was gonna go on there?
That's so funny.
His name is a fucking bird.
Cause it's his last name, first name.
His first name
is Turn. That's cute.
A bird.
That's cute. I like to imagine he has a bunch of siblings that he doesn't know about, and they're all named after birds. His parents were like bird watchers.
His parents had more kids after he got exiled, and he doesn't know about them.
And they're all named after birds.
This is so sad. What the fuck?
Sorry. That's sorry.
That's really sad. Hang on. I missed a message up here from Phoebe. There's a fucking dude. I always forget who he's from, but I see ads of him, and his color palette is red and gray. He might be some type of hybrid. He's either Russian or French. There's a sultry accent to him. If I see him one more time, I might download that stupid game. I'm trying to figure out if that's a Wuthering Waves character.
Phoebes, so when you say hybrid, do you mean he has animal features? Does he look like what is his build like? Is he
is this Scar? When you say hybrid, is it because he can turn into?
I mean, maybe. Like, do they use his form in marketing though? Because that feels like a massive spoiler.
True. I don't know if they do.
But yeah, no. Give me more details. How old does he look? What is his physical build like?
Red and gray could be like 6 characters here.
Because, like, I know, someone from Reverse 1999 has a really big push right now because he's going to be rated up pretty soon, or his banner's already out. I don't remember. He has ears and a tail. Ears at first glance look like wings sticking up.
Huh. No, I don't know who that is.
It's not Wolfguard, is it? Is it Wolfguard? Because I know Enfield has a lot of marketing stuff going out right now. Is it Wolfguard?
I realized he had ears.
Yeah, you can very easily miss his ears, but at least he has ears. It's not? Okay. He's thinner, but he can beat your ass with his sword thing. I think it's a sword. Huh. If I think of anything, I'll let you know.
He was Rivesley.
He do.
He grows up to be Rivesley, maybe.
Rivesley wishes he had an Italian accent. I'm gonna draw him from memory. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Please do. But yes, it's,
I thought you were saying that, Five. I thought you were gonna draw someone from memory, and I was like, please.
Oh yeah, no.
Sounds fun as hell.
Phoebes is gonna be drawing him from memory. I would like to see this, please.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Right, keep going.
Cantarella, we talked about Cantarella, we talked about Brant. I love Brant's entire thing with the subsection of fools there. I thought that was super charming. I'm surprised how much, like, this was the first time I was surprised at how much effort they put into, like, a very specific area. And the fact that, like, Brant has his own area that's for him and, like, a bunch of NPCs was super charming. It hit the way it was supposed to hit, I think, when, like, you first enter it the first time, like, oh, holy shit, there's, like, a whole place here. It was very charming. It was very cute. I liked him a lot. What else? Cartathea. So, a lot happens in the Renacida quest. A lot happens, and I thought here, hey, hang on, I'll pull it up. I'll pull it up here, because I needed, Nomadrix, shout out to you. I needed to do this. Hang on. Nomadrix, laid out the backstory with, Napoli, and that helped a lot, but after the story, I had to do fucking... It would have been earlier, actually. Hang on, let me scroll this up. I wrote this because I'm like, I think this is what happened. Is this what happened? And then Nomadrix is like, you got it mostly right. Here's some corrections. So, like, I'm glad I, like, kind of understood it. I think the plot and the concepts they had, super solid, super enjoyable. It kind of fell into that anime RPG pit of, like, either people obfuscating things by speaking in code or information just not being delivered in an efficient way. Like they want you to tie certain plot things together, but they don't explain things in a way that makes it easy to tie together. Does that make sense? It's not necessarily, like, a negative thing. It's just how anime-esque RPGs are just kind of written, and it's something I dislike personally. So it's not a WuWa thing. It's just a writing thing in general. So it took me some time to, like, detangle what the fuck actually happened. Actually, you know what? Let me read this aloud real quick, just in case I did get something wrong. I'll go through it super quick. So the plot of Renacida is Pre-Amnesia Rover has special relationships with the Sentinels. Pre-Amnesia Rover tasked Imperator with something like, this Threnodian is bad fucking news. Can you figure out what its deal is? And Imperator's like, yeah, sure, as long as I have complete control to do whatever I want in order to get this information. At some point, Imperator realizes they can't know the nature of the Threnodian without assimilating with it, and allow themselves to be absorbed by it during the first Dark Tide, giving the Threnodian impression that it had won, when in reality their entities are actually just merged. Through this, the Imperator learns that the Threnodian cannot be eliminated while civilization exists, which I thought was a very important line, implying it's some sort of natural force, not an entity of abject evil. So the most the Imperator can do is seal the Threnodian away. The abject evil thing, I think, was disproven later on in Renacida, because, like, as it goes on, it's very clearly evil, and they want to get rid of it. But I do still think the whole thing about it cannot be, it's being unable to be eliminated as long as civilization exists. I still think that it's still a yin-yang thing, and the reason why it's so powerful is because it needs to exist in some form. But anyway, that's another discussion. So the most the Imperator can do is seal the Threnodian away. Threnodian uses magic powers to cognito hazard the church and the people's faith and all the statues and shit to make everyone think the mixed horse is the true sentinel. Threnodian gains access to the Imperator's thoughts, and learns about the existence of resonators and is like, oh shit, I want one too, what the fuck? And then tries for hundreds of years to make one, and then succeeds by accident. Imperator hid the fact that resonators are anchor points for sentinels, so if the Threnodian got one, they'd be anchored/shackled to that person. In addition, the fact that only one resonator can exist for a sentinel at a time. Cardathia is created somehow by the Threnodian. She is raised and groomed for the title of Holy Maiden by the Order and is given the new name Fleur-de-Lis. Fleur-de-Lis is under the impression she's serving the Imperator, when in reality, Imperator and Leviathan are merged, with Leviathan being in control. Fleur is like, what the fuck is this? This isn't what I signed up for. When she ascends, she becomes a resonator for both the Imperator and Leviathan, and because of this, Leviathan's power is splitting and manipulating reality. She is able to split herself into baby Cardathia and Fleur-de-Lis, who's the tall woman. Cardathia sends her frequency out to find help, kind of, and Fleur-de-Lis is locked in an internal fight with Leviathan to prevent it from overtaking herself and Imperator completely. I don't think I got that completely right, but I think I got the gist of it. Sometime while this is happening...
Yeah, she was in a...
Yeah.
You find her in an eternal fight with the thing, I remember that much.
Yeah.
Like, she had to fight that away constantly.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you fight her, but I don't remember why.
I think I outthought like that here. Yeah. So sometime while this is happening, this I got wrong. The timeline I was corrected. This happened before the first Dark Tide, so the timeline of this is wrong. But Imperator secretly makes a magic sword and entrusts it to the Thessalia family. Imperator's like, one day a resonator with a strong enough will exist and be able to become the new Holy Maiden, breaking the only one resonator per sentinel rule, and divide this whole ship by 0 and annihilate everybody. So, Imperator, Leviathan, and Cardathia/Fleur-de-Lis. Everyone who did the sword trials failed, either because they weren't strong enough or because they saw the truth of the world and were like, I'm not getting involved with that. I'm not gonna go against the church. What do you mean everything we know is wrong? Fuck that shit. Cantarella's built different. Cantarella saw the truth. She saw Fleur fighting, but instead of becoming the new Holy Maiden, she used an Una reverse card on Imperator and was like, okay, you take the power, and you use your strength to regain control over your Leviathan poisoned half, and then give Fleur-de-Lis the edge to kill Leviathan. And Imperator's like, oh shit, and then does that thing. And then I think this gave Fleur-de-Lis enough of an edge during the decades-long fight to assimilate Leviathan within herself or something like that. And from that point on, she's idling in this domain, waiting for someone strong enough to show up and kill her for good. So, like, super compelling plot. I liked it. I thought the ideas were super solid. I don't like how much I had to, like, detangle to get to that point, though, because the way they deliver information is not always super straightforward. I don't want it spoon-fed to me or anything, but there were a lot of moving parts and a lot of new terms and stuff that kind of made putting the pieces together a bit difficult. But I liked it overall, and I really, like, I fucking got shivers during the fight scene between, like, Fleur-de-Lis and Imperator, like the 2D animated one, or like the animated one, is it 2D that goes into 3D or vice versa? Anyway, the one where she fucking cuts the wave in half, chills, dude. That was fucking badass, and I actually quite like her as a character. Can't get over the fit though, so I probably won't be pulling her, but she is super badass. So I did really enjoy that arc. Yeah, was there anything else? How do I pronounce her name? Is it Sakonia?
It's Chikona.
Chikona's super cute. But like she exists. She's there. She's cute though.
Yeah, she doesn't really come in as a main player. She's one of those, a bit like Brant, like does a little something, but isn't a main, she doesn't have the abilities to like get involved, but that just makes it kind of really funny that at the big ending thing she's still there. Like,
no, absolutely. Okay. I did find that kind of charming because like even with Brant still had like a lot of major moments. Like he narrated the stuff at the carnival to calm the NPCs because they all thought the final fight was part of the show. Like he still had like a lot of things that he showed up for.
Yeah, I forgot he did that.
Yeah, and then like
he did that.
Sorry, Chikonia? Chikona, sorry. So, and Chikona is just kind of like the least important out of all of the 5 stars that were introduced, but she's still charming. I think she's charming and cute in her own way. It's just kind of like, I do kind of wish she showed up a bit, not even like had any badass moments or anything, but she did just kind of like, at least from what I remember, she showed up, she helped us with a couple of things, and then she was like, okay, bye. Okay, bye. And it's like, oh, okay, bye. And then she shows up later for all the reunion stuff. I'm like, okay.
And she comes up later like, do you want to hear about this blind, possibly bisexual swordsman that I saw?
Would you like to hear the tale? But no, she's cute. I like her color palette. She kind of has that the dress cut syndrome, where like it's barely low enough to count as like a pussy flap, but it's like, you know, that's just a design thing that's extant throughout every design in the game.
I had to wear that outfit. I know.
I'm so sorry, but
As if I didn't do it to myself.
you did, yeah, you did, but still. Hi guys, how's it? Hi Dahlia. But yeah, I think that's about it. I'll probably come. I didn't write anything down. I thought the artistic delivery, especially of 2.2, the artistic delivery of 2.2, I think. Because was 2.2 the climactic fight? Yeah, because this is the introduction of Septimon. Wait, no, because was 2.3 the climactic fight? Well, not climactic fight, not like the last one.
I don't connect the titles with what happened in them very well.
Oh, I'm just looking at the images. I think this is like the big one with Cardathia that showed you her whole deal. Like 2.8, I'm gonna assume that's what it was, like with a big animated short with her, like and you have that big fight with her and everything. I'm assuming that's 2.2. I want to say that 2.2 is probably one of, if not my favorite patch of that version, because of how they executed the story. I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would, and it was a very enjoyable experience. I really like the artistic delivery there. And then we get to Septimon. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is kind of where it went downhill for me. I didn't hate it. I'm gonna outright say I didn't hate it. I'm not like super mad at it or anything. But and this is something I brought up with Pi before. I feel like Wuthering Waves shines the brightest when it stops trying to copy Hoyo versus Homework. So I'm not gonna nitpick and show every little thing that they took from Amphorius, from HSR, okay? I'm not gonna do that. They took a lot of elements from HSR and they did them worse. And I'm just gonna say it. I'm gonna say it outright. Like, I vastly enjoyed whatever the fuck they had going on here compared to when they tried to do mini Amphorius, personally. I liked Lupa a lot. Again, design kind of falls flat for me, but her character I thought was super charming. She did warm up to us super fast, but I kind of got used to that being the pace of this game. It's like, okay, you're gonna meet a new character and they're gonna like latch on to you, and that's just gonna happen. I'm like, okay, once you get over that truth, I'm able to like enjoy them for themselves a lot more. But like she was spunky, she was like aggressive, she was like battle hungry. I really liked that a lot. I actually quite liked how physical she was with us from the get-go, like how she would like lean her head on our shoulder and stuff. I thought that was super sweet. Like it fit her character, like just very casual physical affection without it feeling like over the top. It was very she feels like a really good friend, or like if you wanted to bang your best friend, either or. The dynamic just felt very natural to me, and I really liked her.
I remember my criticism basically was just that she gets introduced like she's gonna be an archetype that's very chaotic and very like borderline animalistic.
Yeah, she's gonna be raging. She's gonna be like feral. She's gonna be super violent. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And she's not. Like she's
not at all.
She is when she like fucking locks in. So she kind of reminds me of Mighty in that sense. Not saying they copied it, but like the same kind of archetype where you expect them to be one way because of how they look, and then they're like, no, they're actually like super chill and just lock in and go fucking crazy. But yeah, no, I liked Lupa a lot.
I felt like her voice could have leaned into that a bit more, because she literally like comes up to you and like starts sniffing you the moment that you meet. Yeah, and she's also like part wolf physically. Yeah. So I thought this was going to be a very animal type. Yeah. Leaning into the less humanoid kind of thing. But then she just sounds like someone that I could talk to down the shops.
Yeah. Right? Yeah. Absolutely. Like maybe leaning a bit
sounds
more.
Like anyone around me right now.
Right. I can agree with that. Where the acting, the directing. Could have leaned a bit, like even a bit more into like the animalistic thing, because like I don't like maybe it gets explained and I just didn't see it, so I might have missed it. I'm not criticizing it for it. why is she part wolf? Like, I thought maybe there was going to be like, oh, there's a subspecies of people or whatever. Like, is it ever explained why she has a tail?
I don't. Well,
in the main story, in the main story at the very least.
Not in the main story. I don't know her details or character details because I didn't pull her.
Okay.
So I don't know if it mentions anything. But I mean, in an overarching sense, I kind of know, and it's just because, like, I can't explain a lot of stuff in Wuthering Waves in a Watsonian way. I can only see it in a Doyleist way because I know why they did that thing, and it's like we're doing Greco-Roman. What's associated with Rome? Wolves, wolf girl.
Oh yeah, no, I can see
That's
that.
it.
No, I can see that. But yeah, no, I did quite like her character. I thought she was very fun. The dragging you, like the beginning of Septimont, this portion here kind of felt like a mix of like early Natlan, obviously because like Augusta and shit, but like early Natlan with like Amphorius aesthetics. So it's kind of like it's a little bit, again, sorry to explain it in Hoyoverse terms, but like I cannot tell you how much they like. They didn't rip it off. I'm not gonna say they ripped it off, but they did take a lot of elements, like design elements and plot beats from those two specifically.
And I do want to say, like, we're saying this in a sort of non-judgmental way.
Yeah.
It's very much objective as a fact. They do copy other games.
They do.
They literally copied the entirety of Dredge.
Yeah.
So it's just a fact of life to say that they have taken either just whole chunks of games or large amounts of inspiration. So I'm pretty sure it's pretty fair to say that they were taking, exactly as you said, stuff from Amphorius, and the plot was basically Natlan. Like, there's a big evil force that's rising up.
And then there's games, and there people you need to. It's a gladiatorial thing.
The whole gladiatorial games thing.
But also,
they need to.
Yeah, that's also I try to say it as objectively as possible because, again, I'm not here for gacha tribalism. I don't give a shit about Kurobot versus, like, Hoyo Shilsha. I don't give a shit. I'm here to play games and look at characters and play characters that I find fun and look good. I do not give a shit what billion-dollar, multi-million-dollar company makes them, okay? So that's another thing. Wuthering Waves took a lot of, like, beats from, like, Hoyoverse as well, but after playing Wuthering Waves and knowing when these patches came out, I can also see, like, HSR taking specific things for, like, certain elements in Amphorius, like late Amphorius after this one came out. Plus, like, a lot of Enfield mechanics are very much just from Wuthering Waves, I've noticed. And I'm like, oh shit, that it was here first? That's crazy.
When I started Enfield and I dodged something, I was like, oh, they're doing Wuthering Waves is dodge slowdown mechanics.
Yeah, exactly. Like the dodging, like the dodging, the fucking what was it? Right? Even like the little thing, like the glowing butterflies that like lead you to certain places. like that, like for some reason, I'm like, oh, they just took. So like, it's when I say copied homework or whatever, it's not an insult. It's just a fact as somebody who has played through all of these, right? I just want to make that super clear. But I honestly thought Wuthering Waves was Hoyo's fourth game after ZZ. Don't let anyone in the gacha community hear you say that. Don't let anyone in the gacha. No, Wuthering Waves is a completely different company.
We don't associate with them.
We don't associate with. Oh yeah, no, I know, I know, but I'm just saying, like, I'm telling, people will be mad at you. People will be mad at you if you say that in public. But no, Wuthering Waves is made by Kuro Games. They made they did Punishing Grey Raven, which is still updating for sure. I'm not sure if they had any games before PGR though. But yeah, no, Kuro Games is Punishing Grey Raven, and then Wuthering Waves, and maybe some other ones that I don't know about. But no, completely different companies. But yeah. Wait, hang on. You want my person put a picture? Okay, hang on, let me see. Hang on,
Alex said, does it make the experience bad or worse knowing you know that they copy or took elements from other games? Is it something you can smile and move past? I don't think Five and I would, like, have actually gone through playing, like, the whole thing if this really bothered us.
Yeah.
Things share inspiration all the time, and I think the only thing I think about it is that you have to be honest. So I'm not gonna gloss over it. I'm gonna be like, yeah, they took this.
Yeah.
And yeah, like, you can do that. You can't copyright game mechanics, and games do share influences all the time.
Yeah. Before I answer that question myself, let me pull it up. You said it was in the where the I have too many fucking channels. Oh, here we go. Rough head shape, color palette, tail but long, soldier suit.
I don't think we know who this is.
Oh, is this Pog? Hang on.
Yeah, no.
Is this Pog? Is it this guy?
It's gotta be.
Wow, that's tiny. Why is that so fucking small?
Every time I look for a picture of a character, it comes out with the tiniest shit imaginable. Yeah,
Is
Phoebe says
it
yes.
Pog? Yeah, that's Enfield. That's still Enfield. Pog's good.
How did we forget?
He's
We were like, Wolfguard?
Well, yeah, because I was thinking like, but he's a griffin, so I understand. Like, I know he's a griffin, but I didn't conceptualize what he'd look like to somebody who doesn't know that he's like a griffin. I'm like, I'm not sure who you're talking about.
Phoebes even said like possible Russian accent, which is what he has.
I don't know why my stuck was because Igor in Reverse 1999 is out right now.
My one regret is that
So like Igor's out right now, and I'm like,
Reverse 1999.
He kind of
long enough to get name day.
I mean, he's a 4-star. He can show up at any time. You get a lot of selectors as well. But I get it. Like juggling a lot. It's understandable. But yeah, no. I don't actually know how to say his name. I should know how to say it by now. We all just call him Pog because it starts with Pog.
Pogranichnik.
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 Pogranichnik. Okay. Yeah, no, he's dope. He's dope.
Better accent than me.
He's dope as fuck. Play Enfield. Enfield's great. But yeah.
Looks like he's daddy coded. Look at his original self.
Oh yeah, Helliger! Pog in Enfield is the young version of Helliger in Arknights. And Helliger has like one of my favorite designs of it. Oh yeah, I guess this is his skin. This is one of his skins, and you can like see you can see how the outfit was like Pog's outfit was inspired.
This is what Varka should have looked like.
This is what Varka should have looked like. Fuck you. I don't mind Varka in a vacuum, but Varka as like the Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius, I played through everything. I don't buy it personally. I still do not like the design. I do not like the design. I do still think, I'm not saying that they should have like, oh, he should have been our first male character with like facial hair, because I don't think that they want to put money into making a playable character's facial hair look good in Genshin. I don't think they give a shit. So I was still just expecting someone older though. I was expecting someone with like white hair, white streaks, salt and pepper. Why does Risley look older than fucking Varka? You know what I mean? Like, give me something. Anyway, that's another rant. We'll talk about that another time.
Wait, you said you played everything. You haven't caught up on Genshin, have you?
I mean, I did, the Mondstadt quest, which had a lot of Varka stuff in it. I didn't.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't, and I watched, like, most of a playthrough with, like, Varka's arc specifically, because I was in Discord call with a friend. And I'm like, this is awesome. I don't think it's bad. I just think it would have hit a lot better if he actually looked like he was older, you know? Like, they tried. They gave him a bigger body model. He has a lot of scars, which is really cool, but he's still... They gave him like a deeper voice. I'm like, I get it. Still not hidden for me. He should have looked a lot older. So
it's a complete miss, and not in a judgmental kind of way. Like I wish they'd done this or whatever. Just whatever they did was so far away from anything that is my ballpark.
Like he's charming, and I get it, but yeah, no,
he's like negative charming to me. Flynn's is, but the way that Varka is like so clearly trying to he signals that he's respectful in air quotes in a way that I find really off-putting, whereas Flint does it in a more natural way, but I've just realized he gives so much respect to people so casually. Eventually people were like, yeah, that thing that you do, stop trying to butter everyone up, you know, all you ever do is give us compliments, and it's so see-through. And I was like, oh yeah, wait, this is less than genuine. This is someone who does it reflexively, maybe because he thinks it's a proven way to ingratiate with others.
Yeah.
And suddenly there's like a depth there that I've stumbled into.
No, absolutely. Like the fact that the I haven't caught up on the Nodcry stuff, so I haven't seen a lot of him. But his politeness definitely comes across to me like as a veneer. It's like I don't think he's inauthentic, But I do think it's kind of like if Zhongli was like turned up a little bit, where it's like there's a difference between being polite and then kind of like complimenting people to automatically put yourself in their good graces, if that makes sense, which can come across as inauthentic even if you mean it. And that's like that's a taste that I got of him from what I saw of him so far, but I can't talk about him that much because I haven't like met him officially yet. Is Gallagher the only playable character who has facial hair? Yes, and it's a fucking travesty. That's why I don't trust Hoyoverse with beards. But
No.
we're actually at ad break. We're just yapping. You're not gonna miss any gameplay. Don't worry. So I'll see you in 3. What were you gonna say?
Yeah, we'll keep going. But you're right about Flint's that way. But I really like characters where you feel like you kind of get them, and then just something along the way gives you a bit of a surprise about it. They marketed Flint's like he was a gentleman. He's like the definition of a gentleman. He's kind of old style. He holds out his hand to you to help you get out of a chair, kind of thing, and it's meant to be appealing. And then you get to see him, and he is like that. But after a while, you realize this isn't so much a genuine. He's not human. It's not a human habit. It's something that he's doing to emulate being human.
Yeah.
And again, yeah, like you said, it doesn't mean it's not genuine, but it is something a bit slightly off.
Like it's almost like, again, I can't comment extensively on his character because I haven't met him in detail and I haven't finished, like I haven't caught up with Nod Cry yet, but the sense that he gives me is that he is someone who is like, the best comparison I can put him to is like he's neurodivergent, but then he learned how to maneuver socially. So like
There's a very
it's
Sorry.
a performative / neutral sort of, this is what I do to interact with people and get along with them in a social setting. I'm going to perform these actions because that is how I am able to exist within a social cohesion. And like once you kind of understand, once you kind of understand that, then it's kind of like a step removed where it's like, oh, okay, and then you have that immediate like knee-jerk reaction like, okay, so it's fake then. But no, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's fake. It's that he learned and interpret things in a very specific way. He saw the world and interpreted the world and interacted with the world in a way that was different from us, and this is how he's maneuvering in it. And like once you kind of like resolve that, then it just kind of circles back around to being like, oh, okay, I'm down with it. But
there's something they do with their long-lived characters that I always find quite magnetic, because sometimes they do feel like they could be that old, because they don't adhere to the way that you would feel about a human of that kind of physical age. Zhongli is like the best example of this, because he's been different identities through his life, and after you get to know him more, you start feeling like this isn't a man, this isn't a person who looks like this. All of the information I'm getting from my senses has to be discarded in favor of just what he's actually doing and saying.
yeah, no, absolutely. I can agree. Like I can agree with that as well. Like with the they have this very specific flair with characters that are supposed to be very old, where they write them all as slightly uniquely alien, and I do appreciate that. I think Venti is probably like the closest to like, oh, okay, yeah, no, this is just some dude I know, but he does that deliberately because his entire thing is hiding like 90% of what the fuck he is. So he's kind of like mastered that performance and made it seem effortless to those around him. But anyway, welcome back, everybody. We're going back to Wuthering Waves.
Welcome back. Oh, just one last thing is, I just realized, I feel like the way they write those kind of characters is that they have young characters, and the younger ones do a lot of things by accident and can be very naive. When the characters are several hundred years old, it's like they don't do anything by accident anymore. And that's like the big divide between like Zhongli and Child in the quest, and all the way through the rest of it. You realize anything they seem to be doing that's accidental or naive, in fact, isn't. They've got reasons for everything.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my god,
were
sorry. We have a fan work from Alec.
Oh yeah.
5 and Pie's discussion on Cantarella's breasts. Very true.
This is so good.
Very
I
true.
love, you've got great muscles.
Thank you. I work very hard for them. This is great, Alec. Thank you so much. Let me see. Sorry, I didn't want to spend too much time on this, but we're already like an hour and 10 minutes in.
Oh my god.
I don't want to speed through it though, because I do have thoughts, because I played through the entire game, and I feel like I should tell you what I thought about the game.
It, yeah.
Florova's arc fucking hit. I think Florova's arc from start to finish was probably the best executed visually, musically, artistically, character-wise, voice acting. Like, this is the best integration of a character-specific story into the main story, in my opinion. And she does have the, oh, we had a relationship, you forgot, and now I'm here sort of nachos, which is kind of inevitable for any Amnesiac MC. Enfield's gonna do it 17 million times. Arknights did it several times. Like, not a WuWa thing, just an Amnesiac MC thing. But, like, I started out, like, being very indifferent about her. I didn't dislike her, but I'm like, I didn't really like her color scheme. Her outfit was, like, kind of cute, and I liked her flower motif, but just, it seemed kind of try-hard to me with, like, all of, like, the conductor imagery throughout. But I did know that they were, like, she has recurrences, and they were building up to something. I didn't expect them to dedicate, like, what they did for her development specifically. And I absolutely adored it. Now at this point, she is my like favorite written and executed character in the game at the point of playing this, because like this is like I did not expect them to go this hard for Florova, and I think it was done absolutely beautifully. There are a couple little writing hangups I have. The biggest one that I had is that you can call it a reading issue. It could be a reading issue. But I will still maintain that at the end of her story, a sequence plays where she gets the super powerful gem that you were both
Hang on, can I interject real quick? Do you think it would
Sure.
be useful to like just show this on stream? Or maybe another bit of the quest just because you liked it?
No, I don't think
No,
so.
okay.
Because I think kind of like a symphony, it was the climax of this entire thing. So I feel like showing it on its own takes away from the experience. Because it's like, okay,
That's
so
fair,
this
yeah.
happens, but if you don't have the entire build-up leading up to it, I think it takes away a lot of the impact. But just mechanically, what happens is that there's a gem that you temporarily ally for to get, super powerful gem. You get there, then you fight her over it, and at the very end, you're fighting over this gem. She gets it. You throw your sword at her. It goes right through her, implies to go right through her because they don't show any gore or anything. And then fucking Cristoforo fucking portals in, grabs the gem, fucks off, and then Florova plunges into this sea that's like an amalgam of like echo remnants and shit. Has a very deep moment, and then her spirit reunites with the village full of spirits from her the village full of spirits of her hometown that she's been trying to save this entire time. And she hugs the child that she hasn't seen since then, because every time she's seen her through this quest has been an illusion. So, fuck me for thinking that maybe her human half died and her tacit discord half merged with the fucking sonosphere. That's what I thought happened, and then 2.7 happens and she just fucking shows up. And I'm like, what are you doing here? I thought you like pseudo died. So I had to Google it, and apparently a lot of people were super confused to fucking see her, because seeing her for like, she didn't even have like a badass moment. She was in a cutscene for 2 seconds, and everyone was like, wait, what the fuck? So there was a lot of discourse when 2.7 came out about why the fuck she's even there. But apparently her forte allows her to like regenerate like grievous injuries, which is why she survived like the meteor strike and shit. And no, she's fine. She just needed some time to recover. And I feel like that beat drained so much of the emotional impact of this patch. Because, like, the thing that I was super impressed by was that she had, like, at the very end of the patch, she had these very emotional moments, amazing, like, really good emotional moments with the spirits of these people from her village. It's not spirits, I'm sorry. I can never remember the correct term. They're not, is it frequencies? Would they be considered frequencies? Anyway.
You can just do what the game does and just say frequency at any point, and it means whatever you want.
But frequencies of people from her hometown, and she's, like, in the field of her flowers, and she, like, and it felt like she was sent off, and then Abby comes up and is like, yeah, there's something like a heartbeat in the sonosphere. It's like, okay, so she's not dead, but, like, maybe she's, like, lost her form or something, and, like, we're gonna have to come back and, like, either maybe not save her, but like do have some kind of plot beat where like she gets a physical form again. Like, okay, cool, so they're putting this on ice and they're not undercutting the emotional beat of this moment by like having us save her or something. They're just leaving it to breathe. And I'm like, I really respected that. I'm like, that's fucking awesome. And then she shows up in 2.7 in like our cutscene, and then she shows up for the fucking conversation with fucking Cristoforo and Scar. It's like, yeah, I'm going now. It's like, oh, okay, so you heal. Okay, I must have missed the part where you could heal from that. That's my bad, I guess. But, you know, other than
not
that...
your fault, though. The framing of that scene was
it felt like a death.
It felt like she was at least dead, if not dead. Part of her had been... It was framed like something happened, and then you find out nothing actually happened.
Like, the phrase, the thing that really made me believe that was the phrase, like, she's merged with the Lost Beyond, I think it was called. Like, yeah, she's merged with the Lost Beyond because Abby, like, feels quote, something like a heartbeat beyond the portal. And I'm like, okay, I wasn't stupid enough to think they'd actually kill her. But I'm like, oh, okay, she's gonna be removed from the story for a while, I don't know, and just put on ice for a bit until she's relevant again. And then they just kind of undercut that in 2.7 and I think 2.8, which has that conversation. No, maybe it's the end of 2.7 where she has a conversation with Scar and Christopher. I'm like, oh, okay, well, fuck me, I guess.
In their defense, like, very vaguely, if you'd been playing along with the release, it would have felt like some time passed. But on the other hand, there is an actual, like, there's something I use as a teachable moment, which is just the fact that stories need sometimes to feel like, I think the way I heard it is it's just called the price paid. It needs to feel like something has been lost at some point or it's ineffective. And I got that from watching the making of special features of The Incredibles, in which the story writer said there was a section where, as a writer, he sensed like there needs to be a price paid at this point, and he wanted to put in like an additional death, an innocent that was killed, because, you know, you get this sense it only works if you lose something in order to gain something.
Yeah,
it's literally a writing technique, and they basically flubbed that exact technique with this.
Yeah, because like I thought like her losing her, because she's half human, half Tacit Discord, if I remember correctly. I think that's how they described her. And I thought like her whole, because she's done this lifelong thing, like allowing experiments to be done on her and all of these research, and she killed like a bunch of people to try and figure out how to resurrect the frequencies that she preserved from her village. And I thought that death, quote unquote death, was like a closure on that, where she, like, her human side has died and is now like reunited with the frequencies that she couldn't let go of. But like now it just kind of seems like, oh, she actually succeeded in making the Lost Beyond, and they're just kind of chilling in there and it's fine. And I'm like, oh. And then we see that conversation with Scar and Cristoforo later, and it's like, oh, she's going to continue trying to find a way to bring them back. I'm like, oh, okay. So nothing actually got resolved there. There was no reason to have those scenes where she's reuniting with the frequencies of her fallen friends and loved ones. There was no reason to have that there, because like nothing changed. So like I did feel kind of cheated, not in this patch, but in like 2.7. But this patch standalone, I really fucking enjoyed. I thought it was really, really good. I thought it was fantastic.
if I had one kind of overarching criticism, just very vaguely in general, it's that they tend to. I feel like their writing is just done on vibes a lot of the time. They know what they want you to see, and then they kind of write around that. So they would have established, we want her story to be this, and at the end, this is going to happen. And then they just kind of make up some stuff to vaguely guide you there, but they don't really workshop it enough. And this again, what was it? The whole 2.x, I think we kind of came back to the idea that they keep it very, very vague until the very end, and then they dump everything that happened on you in dialogue. They just tell you, have the Imperator tell you a bunch of stuff, and that's why you were like trying to list everything out. Like, did I get it all? Because you didn't really have the opportunity to assemble the plot until they just dump it on you.
Yeah, because like they give you the threads, but it's like, again, it's not quite enough to piece everything together. Like, I agree with that assessment for sure, and I think Wuthering Waves does it better in some patches than others. Like, I really liked the very first scene we had with Imperator, where like it was like this very abstract kind of digital experience where you're talking with like this god horse, and they speak to you with reverence because you had a relationship before, like you worked with it. You're the one, past you was the one who gave them this mission, and they're like reporting to you now. And I thought that was a really cool scene, even though it does absolutely fall into the, we're gonna dump a shit ton of info on you and then leave you. So like 100%, but I actually quite liked how it was executed with Imperator, just because I don't know, maybe it was the context of the scene that gave it some weight, and it's like, okay, if I'm gonna have an info dump, it makes sense that it's happening right here with you, if that makes sense. So like, but I think it's a very valid criticism where it's like they do throw a bunch of shit at you at once, when it could have been like spaced out a lot more. And on that note, we're on next oh boy, I love Augusta. There's no but here. I love Augusta. She's great. She's very one note. I was expecting a lot more from her with her presentation, because like even before I played Wuthering Waves, when her drip marketing dropped, I'm like, yeah, she clears Malvika. It's no contest. I'm sorry. Like, her design's fucking gorgeous. Like I really love her design. I love her presentation. I love the aura she has. It's great. So I went into it thinking that she was like a bigger character, and she's very important, don't get me wrong, but we don't get a lot of her. Her whole thing is like, she's a leader of a country, and she's badass and headstrong and inspires people, and that's kind of it, and that's all she does. And for some reason, we get 7 times the amount of time with this woman here, with this person here, in the form of her pulling, and again, here's more copying homework, of her pulling a Wanderer from Genshin Impact by erasing herself from the narrative. But it's like someone wrote Fix-It Fic, where you go in and you save him, and also nothing changes after he comes out, even though no one remembers him. But also, imagine that arc if you didn't have 17 patches worth of Wanderer buildup, of crumbs and like little drip feeding of his history and like shit like that. No, we just crammed all of Yuno's stuff. You're only gonna get to learn about Yuno as a character and her impact on society while you're saving her and looking at her memories, which just feels like such a shitty shortcut way of making you care about a character.
Do you feel like the way the audience for Wuthering Waves doesn't have object permanence?
Explain.
Like, if you're playing peekaboo, if the character disappears, they don't know anything about the character anymore. You have to tell them everything while the character is literally in front of them, or they don't understand. I
mean, I think, yeah, tying Yuno's whole and just for the record, I like Yuno's design. I think her animations are great. She's really fun to play in the trial. I really, really liked playing her. She was super fucking fun. And again, I do like her design. I think she's super fucking pretty. I'm a sucker for like night themed bullshit and the color dark blue. Like, you got me. I'm sold. I really like her hair, especially as well. But it's kind of like Yuno's narrative problem and the problem that you were talking about with the info dumping and stuff, I think it has a very specific cause. And the very specific cause that it's an issue that Wuthering Waves has is that it doesn't like committing to long form engagements. So like if stuff, let's say we saw giving out prophecies and stuff like throughout earlier of Septimon. At the very least, we see her interacting with the people, we see people suffering after her prophecies, but like that measure of suffering was still better than the outcome that could have happened, etc. If we saw that and then she removed herself from the narrative, and then we like relived some of those memories that we were actually there for, the emotional beats would have like hit a lot harder. But I'm learning everything about this character while I'm trying to save her from this limbo. I'm like, I don't care about you. And then we rescue her, and okay, yes, she's lost her power.
Hands.
I like the hand holding. I thought she's holding her hand while running around. I thought that was really cute. I love the mechanic, and I hope it comes back. I thought it was cute. But the problem with the character itself is that we take her out of the fucking limbo. We save her, and it's like, she's lost her divining powers, or she gave them up. I can't remember which one it was. Either she can't divine anymore, or she chooses not. I'm pretty sure she can't. I'm pretty sure she lost it, and nobody remembers who she is. The problem with that is it doesn't feel like a loss, because her prophesizing didn't, like, it served its purpose for the climax of the story, and it doesn't impact the story going forward at all. And people not remembering who she is doesn't impact the story at all. She still hangs out with Augusta for some fucking reason. She's still around. She's still one of the gang.
Funny.
It's just like, oh wait, yeah, you're here. We just lost all of our memories and history with you, and it's fine because you're still
really
here.
funny to
And I'm like,
to which nothing changes.
nothing changes. And that's what Wanderer's arc got right. In the fact that, for anybody who's not familiar, basically Wanderer is this started as this villain character, Scaramouche, and patch upon, like, we were waiting for more information about it because they were like drip feeding us like over years. And then we got some of his backstory with like Dottore and the stuff that happened in Inazuma and stuff, and then his patch dropped. So his whole thing was that this villain character reaches into Irminsul, this fucking world tree, and sees that, oh, hey, I can remove myself from the story and possibly save all of those people I hurt by just not existing. So he does that, and then we find out that he doesn't reverse anybody's hurt. Everyone still gets hurt. It's just attributed to different people. Or, like, people get gaslit into thinking it was somebody else and not him. So then we go and rescue him, and then he has this whole, like, development arc because he's, like, reborn without his memories. And, like, he's a different person when he comes back, and nobody fucking remembers who he is, and he has to, every time he shows up in events and future story beats or whatever, nobody knows who he is, and he has to navigate that while trying to balance his desire for revenge on the people who wronged him. And it makes him an extraordinarily compelling character. But with everything was squished into like half a patch, and we didn't really get a chance to really care about her. It was just so shallow, and because
right.
it's
they
like
don't really do their writing in a long form.
in
sense.
long
It's
form.
like, they sit down, they write the next patch, and then they stop, and then they come back.
Yes,
next patch,
exactly.
Like, okay, where are we going now? They haven't ever set up. Well, I mean, they might have a general idea, but they do not seed a lot of stuff about the characters.
Yeah, it's kind of it's
within.
But before I started Wuthering Waves, and I'm pretty sure I'm on stream saying this, one of the biggest criticisms I heard about Wuthering Waves, about people who enjoyed it, who wanted to enjoy it, was that if you got attached to a waifu or a character, like, unless they were super, super big, don't expect to see them again. They're gonna get dropped next patch for the next waifu, so it wasn't even worth getting emotionally invested in. And I think that's definitely reinforced, because it's like, in Wanderer's case, he comes back, that arc is resolved, but there's still like, oh shit, how is he gonna navigate the world from now on? How is he gonna interact with people? Can't wait to see that. Whereas at the end of Yuno's arc, it's like, there's no room for her to grow or turn into anything. Like, there's nothing there. Like, everything went back to status quo, more or less, and there's nothing there for her to navigate. There's no room for her to grow. And it's not just her. It's a lot of the characters where it's like, you come back to status quo, and you don't really look forward to seeing them again unless you're a huge fan of that character, because everything's resolved and everything's fine, and there's no room for anything, period.
I think there's a metaphor for negation in this, but in the comparison, in that Wanderer specifically wanted to remove every trace of himself that had ever existed in reality, so that his influence could never be felt, and he found out that fate itself and the world didn't work that way, and things that he did and the way he influenced people, the way that he chose to, which was incredibly negative, is permanent and can never be expunged from the world, and he has to make peace with that.
Yeah.
So he cannot negate himself, because his existence, however negative, has meaning, and that can never be removed.
Exactly.
Yuno, on the other hand, tries to negate herself, and then does, and it doesn't matter because she was nothing.
I mean, like, functionally, narratively, it does matter, because I understand why she sacrificed herself, and it does, like, kind of make sense. I liked the beat about her being locked into fate, and her, like, going on that one excursion, wanting to prove that she could change it, and, like, it not happening. Like, I liked those beats, but it just didn't go far enough. And as you mentioned with, like, how Wanderer worked, because his impact on the world, positive or negative, was so large that it could not be changed. One of the most important things about his arc was Scaramouche was responsible for, like, the slaughter of another playable character's, like, ancestors. Like he did that shit. Like, he killed, like, this guy's ancestors. And he, like, when he comes back and he realizes that, like, his impact is still there, even though the memories of himself as a person aren't, he's like, I need to go tell this playable character that I did that shit, and I'm gonna deal with whatever happens. And if he wants to kill me, he's within his right to try. Like, I need to go claim responsibility for the things that I've done, even though, like, I tried to remove myself from the narrative, even though he doesn't have to. He doesn't have to do that, because no one fucking remembers him.
A character in all of fiction, I mean, I don't know, I haven't read a lot of Greek stuff, who inhabits the idea of bearing responsibility more than him, because he didn't remove what he did, but he removed his entire connection to it, so no one would ever know. And his response to that was, I have to reassert my connection to it, because I did do that shit.
Yeah. The removal of myself from the narrative didn't do what I wanted it to, and now it's absolving me of everything that I've ever done, and that isn't right, and I need to fix it in the way that I can. And, like, I think that's what makes him work. That's what makes him work.
I was gonna say not blame, but not taking responsibility. I don't know, the bearing of what you've done and the effect that it had. And I haven't really seen that done anywhere else in that same way. And I just played the bit of Nod Cry where he does a bunch of stuff, like, a couple hours ago, and I'm still kind of riding the high of it, because it brings it so full circle. And
exactly.
You knew it was going to happen.
And, like,
it's so well foreshadowed.
Absolutely, it's just Wuthering Waves is so afraid to play, like, the long game. Like, they're there to sell you a character. Here's your character development. We're moving on. Like, they're so hesitant to commit to, like, long form development. I hope, like, the writing has gotten better 100%. It has gotten better from version 1.0 to now, irrefutably. But I hope it continues to get better, and they're not afraid to start making that commitment, because it's that foreshadowing and that long form commitment that keeps people invested. Like, if I was a Yuno stan, if I fucking loved the shit out of her, right? What is she gonna do when she shows up in the story? There's nowhere for her to maneuver unless she's in a larger part of a larger Septimont story. But even then, her erasure from the narrative doesn't actually affect anything. So, like, what we did, Wanderer's arc impacted the world, Yuno's arc impacted you. And if I had a tally counter for every single time we reached out to her desperately in her story quest, I'm like, I swear to fucking God, if I reach out desperately to you again, I am going to kill myself. Like, I'm done. And this is someone who really likes her. I actually want to pull her because I want to get Augusta, and I know Yuno is like best in slot for her, and I'm like, yeah, I would still pull her 100% because I think she's fun. I like looking at her. She's great. She was just done and like the fucking ending sequence when you're in a like a plot relevant glide and she has fucking 50% opacity Mufasa screenshots show up on the screen with scenes that you just saw 15 minutes ago. It was an insult. It was bad. So like I don't know why Yuno's frustrated me so much, because I think maybe it was just the epitome of all of the criticisms I have about Wuthering Waves wrapped up in one single character arc. And it was and like I'm cynical, and I think the reason Augusta didn't get as much time as we wanted her to is because she isn't simping over you. She doesn't want to fuck you. She respects you, and she thinks that you are deserving of the title Hero of Heroes. And absolutely, but she doesn't want to bang you, so there's no reason to actually spend any time on her or doing anything interesting with her. And I came to that conclusion after, like, kind of how the main story treated Zanny as well. It's kind of like, this character isn't overtly on your dick, so it's like, okay, they're gonna be there and be cool and have hype moments and aura, but we're gonna save, like, the actual, like, cool, like, on-screen development or story beats or whatever for the characters that you do want to bang, or who do want to bang you. And I'm like, okay. And like it's just frustrating. It's frustrating. Let's move on. Ending was good. Ending aside from the fucking Florova fucking mix. I hate Cristoforo.
Yeah,
Cristoforo can die.
You say it was good. I watched them play this yesterday, and when it came to the whole ending, you were just screaming "fuck off" at Cristoforo for like 45 minutes.
He's an okay villain. He's an okay villain because like.
You don't have to mince words because of me. You can.
No. I'm getting to that. That's not the reason I want to tell him to fuck off. I'm not telling him to fuck off because he's a villain. Like, and even as a villain, he's like kind of okay, mostly because the narrative just kind of allows his power to exist in whatever way is most convenient. So like. They're not quite ass pulls, but they kind of feel like ass pulls because he does some shit. He's like, yes, I did X, Y, and Z. And someone's like, oh, that makes sense. And I'm like, no, it doesn't. What are you talking about? So it's kind of like the narrative like babies him a little bit, and he can just do whatever he wants because the narrative needs him to do whatever he wants because he's like the big bad guy. No. That's not what makes me hate him. What makes me hate him is the fact that if anyone's been here for me streaming Plan Arcadia for HSR, it's the same reason I dislike Yao Guang. I do not like smug fucking power control characters who see things 17,000 chess moves ahead, and every single plot beat they're like, hey, just as planned, wow, that worked out great, and there's no counterbalance to them. There's no one else in the narrative who's just as smart or capable as they are to serve as like an opposing force. And the comparison I made when you were watching was like, imagine Death Note, but either L or Light just didn't exist. And the entire series is just about one of them being super smart all of the time and outsmarting everyone. That's the frustration I have with them. Like, I don't mind. I like him as a villain. He's okay. Like, I don't mind him doing evil, crazy, stupid shit or not giving a shit or whatever. Or like his views on humanity or morale. I don't care about. I care about the fact his smug aura mocks me. Don't come up after a really good plot beat and be like, yes, justice planned. Don't take credit for that. Fuck off! Like, what are you doing here? Go away! No one wants you! So that's the annoying part.
Unearned.
It's unearned.
It's unearned because
it's unearned.
Literally, stuff keeps getting thrown at you. There was also the stuff about Charon and that reveal there. There's another guy who outranks these the evil villains that you know of. And no matter what happens throughout that whole bit, it's just a zoom in on the lower half of Cristoforo's face.
Yeah, and he shows up like, oh, this motherfucker. Okay, cool.
I knew you would do that.
And it's like, I'm not... Okay, so this comparison is for narrative purposes only. I'm not saying Cristoforo's Dottore. He's not. They're two very different people who serve very different purposes and execute their things in very different ways. They're not, like, clones of each other. He's not a copy of Dottore. I'm not saying that. But functionally in the narrative, Dottore and Cristoforo kind of serve the same purpose where they're like a mastermind. They're a mastermind who is behind the scenes and controlling shit, right? the reason why, in my opinion, Dottore works is A, he's weaved into the world, and you see him, you see traces of him on your normal adventures, like, oh shit, this was Dottore. And like you can kind of see, like, you can run a through line through how he's executed his plan and how it's unraveled over how many fucking years he's had this.
Such a long game.
It was such a long game. Like you'll find notes in a region from his past, and you'll find someone who died, and then you investigate, and you're like, oh shit, no, Dottore was responsible for that. Like it's a through line again over a long period of time, and Dottore doesn't show up after every fucking scene like, haha, fuck you, Traveler. He doesn't do that. He doesn't do that. When he shows up, it's impactful because it's like, oh my god, we finally get to fucking see Dottore again. I've been chasing your ass for, like, you need to make us yearn for it. It's not impactful when someone comes up and just like, ha 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 ha, I did that shit. Fuck off!
The bit where he has his most screen time, definitely, of the whole game.
Yes, yeah.
And he interacts with you and no one else for quite an extended section.
And it feels earned. It's like, we've been waiting for this, literally.
Yeah, it's not just earned, because he's a little bit of a surprise antagonist. The first section of Nodcry is spent entirely on something else that has nothing to do with what Dottore's doing on the face of it. And then he turns up in, like, the next section, and it leads into it well. But he's a little bit of a surprise boss. Like, you know he's there, you've heard that he's in this area, whatever. But then suddenly, he's there in front of you. Suddenly, he's kidnapped the Traveler. And then he spends a really, really long time just talking to you. And the talking you can have with him is meaningful, and it shows you things about how he thinks. And the whole time, you're trying to guess what he's after. You, as the player and the Traveler, are both going, what is he after? Why is he doing this?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
He could have killed me, and he knows that, and he hasn't. So I must serve some kind of purpose. What does he want, and what purpose does that serve him? And I don't think you could do that with Cristoforo, because he only ever speaks in vague metaphors that don't really tell you anything.
Exactly. So, like, as if you're a Genshin player, you're like, yeah, Dottore kidnaps you and talks to you for, like, half a patch. The expectations of that hit different, where if I said, oh, Cristoforo kidnaps Rover and talks to you for half a patch, if I heard that, I'm like, oh, he's just gonna sit there with his fucking bullshit theater metaphors and not actually say anything, and I'm not gonna give a fuck. And then there's probably a boss fight. You know, like...
Plus, it wouldn't even be horny.
It wouldn't even be horny! So it's kind of like... That's another thing. Dottore is very horny. Dottore is horny as fuck.
It kind of was.
But it's kind of like... And again, same problem. They don't have that through line that Hoyoverse games, just in general, are famous for. Hoyoverse games work because from version 1, they have their shit planned out, so their foreshadowing and, like, peppering of information means something. It's like you're on the lookout for this. They are okay with a slow burn, for better or for worse. Because sometimes, like, I've heard critiques about Wanderer stuff taking way too fucking long. Like, why did that take, like, 3 to 4 years to actually see any result out of, kind of thing, right? But, like, I would still prefer that over the Wuthering Waves schedule of, like, bam, 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 next region sort of thing. We're never going to see anybody again. And that's kind of why
that's what makes it for me.
And it's kind of like, and, like, don't get me started about this fucking, who is this dude? Who is he? He showed up at the end of the patch, and I think Pi phrased it in call where it's like, oh, they forgot to, like, make him relevant and show him on screen for more than 2 seconds. So you have this whole side quest that's narrated by the Bard, and it's like, I'm gonna be honest, I fast-forwarded through most of it. I didn't fast-forward through any of this, okay? The most I fast-forwarded through... All of my fast forwarding was done in 2.7 now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, it was all in 2.7. It was all because A, I was in a bit of a rush because I wanted to make sure we're at 3.0 today. And B, because it was kind of like, you can tell when a cutscene isn't going to add anything. And I'm just like, let me just read the fucking summary. Once in a while, the summary is like, oh, wait, okay, all right, hang on, I should probably log in for this. But it's like, 2.7 as a whole, I thought was a very nice ending patch. Like, I was there for all the major plot beats, and I think it's very difficult to pull off, like, such a big Avengers Assemble sort of moment. And I think they pulled it off very well. It felt like a very nice conclusion to Reina Sita, and I'm very impressed with what they were able to do. And I guess Calbrando was introduced in this patch as well, and she's very cool. She's cool. I like her. I like her dynamic with Chimera. She's super fucking fun to play. Like, she's crazy fun to play. I like Calbrando. She's great.
I think one of the thing that affects a lot of this game is the format of being a gacha, and I know there's a game designer back there who's decided that each patch has to hyper focus on the banner character. And you know, imagine if Genshin did that. Imagine if they hadn't introduced Scaramouche in version 1 point whatever, because he wasn't going to be playable for 3 years. Imagine how it would lose all the impact when he finally did. Did you remember the people who were like huge fans of him, who were waiting for him to be playable, and they were made fun of for years?
Oh, absolutely.
Because people were like, he's a villain. He's not going to be playable.
Well, I mean, like, I don't want to blame, like, I 100% agree. I 100% agree, but I don't want to blame WuWa for that specifically, because Genshin also does it. Who the fuck is Emily? Who the fuck is Kanish? He shows up for like 15 minutes and he's not relevant to the rest of the story. So like,
they do that,
but like,
for sure.
but I get what you're saying in that, like, the ones that they do have plans for, they put in the work for, and I don't, I haven't felt that yet.
Have patch characters that just exist there, but for WuWa, it's like everyone.
Yes, yeah, no, you're right.
Everyone exists just within the period that they are available for you to buy them, and then as soon as that ends, they have really no interest in continuing anything to do with them, and that. I mean, this sounds kind of mean, but it does just feel, in a word, shallow to me.
No, absolutely. No, I 100% agree that WuWa is a lot guiltier of it, and it's a lot more blatant. And speaking of which, sorry, one tiny aside, I liked Lupo. Why the fuck did she not show up in like 2.6 when all of like the major fights were happening? Where was she? Like, just even that case of point, it would be perfect because she's from there. She's there to like fight things. She's a gladiator. There was the big fight, and she wasn't there. Where the fuck was Lupa? Like, what the hell? And like,
Chikona was there.
Like you have this setup.
Got to be there.
You have this setup where it's like, oh, it's perfect to bring Lupa back because obviously Lupa should be here, and she was just absent from the hunt unless she showed up for like 2 seconds and I forgot about it. If she did show up, she didn't have any really cool cutscenes that other people got. Like, where the fuck did Lupa go? Anyway, and then I did 2.8. It was quite short. I did the entirety of it last night. I'm gonna say something controversial. I'm gonna say something a little controversial. Can I say something controversial? Okay.
Absolutely.
I'm so sorry. It wasn't that bad.
Oh, okay.
This scene. I saw this before I played Wuthering Waves. This was universally panned, even by like long-term fans. They were like, "What the fuck is going on?" I didn't think it was that bad, and maybe I'm the crazy one.
No, I think it's a difference of expectation. People have been going through. I'm sure there are normal people who play Wuthering Waves, and they just kind of brush off the extremely fan servicey stuff. But this was one of the most blatant.
I guess that's fair. Yeah,
we are making this game for your penis right now.
That's fair.
And
yeah, I can see
it like that. Like, you couldn't ignore it anymore. It was like a big moment of, come on, man. It's a bit of an
okay. I can understand that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, coming.
You came from it, having seen it being made fun of, and you were like, oh, this is going to be the worst shit ever.
Yeah, and I'm like, I mean, like, it's not to say that it was extremely fan servicey, and it wasn't perfectly executed at all. Like, I do think it was a bit, her being like, oh, the blushing schoolgirl was like, it pushed my patience a little bit sometimes. It was like, okay, like, I get it, I understand. But like, I don't know, I really like how they executed her and her story, and like, I actually like felt for her. The little. First of all, 2.8, I don't know who the fuck the art director was for 2.8. They went fucking crazy. They went insane. I don't know how 2.8 exists as like its own thing. I don't get it. But
yeah,
it's fucking visually insane. I'm like, what the fuck? This is crazy. Like, how's this not a whole region?
Even explorable.
Yeah, it's not. Like, I think it might have been a development thing. Like, pure speculation, I haven't read anything, it might have something to do with like the political tension stuff, where they had to like give you like maybe they only had this available and they decided to make it its own thing before we return to fucking I forgot the name of the main city, the one where Hiyuki's from, because Hiyuki's from there, so they haven't forgotten about it. Anyway, but yeah, no, this, like, artistically speaking, 2.8 is probably my favorite. Just in the mix of, like, the 2D and 3D artwork, the fucking cutscenes, the running sequences through the city, the fucking Inception, like malformations of the urban landscape. Like, what the fuck were you doing? Like, what were you on? What kind of budget did you have for 2.8? That was crazy.
I don't know. Sometimes they will go off the chain and you'll see a sequence and you'll be thinking this has a budget higher than some entire video games, and it's a 10-second sequence that doesn't come back.
What were you doing?
Do that again. What is happening?
And positive, like, it was insane. Chisa herself, I actually quite like Chisa as a character. I clipped this. I clipped this because Sumika broke my fucking heart. Like, whoever the voice actress was here for the NPC that, like, her best friend who, like, went out and, like, sacrificed the Black Shores NPC who went out to find an exit, the one who pulled you in the first place. Her execution of this scene, like, got me emotional. I was like Sumika's just little cutscene at the end there was like, oh, that fucked me up a little bit, actually. Because, like, the voice actress had to fucking pay rent that day. Like, Jesus. It was really, really, really good. But no, like, I like the emotional beats for Chisa's arc. I could see it being, like, I did find, like, the college thing at the end a little bit shoehorned in. It's like, okay, she comes from a city that looks down on resonators, because they're, like, ticking time bombs, and she has to wear this fucking collar to mark her as a resonator, and people are scared of her. But then she goes to, like, another school, and they love her there, and I did feel that was a little bit forced, but I don't regret its existence, because something I really liked about 2.8 is, aside from the super fan servicey epilogue where all of our girlfriends show up at the cafe,
oh god, yeah,
like, they allowed her to be, like, a character that had nothing to do with us, and I liked that. I like it when they do that, even if it was a little bit ham-fisted. Another thing that was ham-fisted where Sumika was, like, either Sumika or Chisa, I can't remember who found, like, our old student ID, and I think Sumika was like, oh yeah, here, take this, if anything happens to me, find this person. Why would she say that? Why would she, like, did Sumika know who we were? Like, why did we have to be part of the narrative at all when her and Sumika had this whole thing, like, this whole thing, and, like, the revelation that we walked out of this and it was 20 years since she came in, that kind of took me off guard. I was like, oh fuck. Like, I knew they had a good lead up to it because we knew the whole time dilation thing was happening, but, like, I didn't think it was going to be, like, 20 years. That's kind of crazy.
Actually, that is well placed as the introduction, because I keep almost saying we're about to go to Nod Cry. We're about to go to La High Roy.
Yes.
And that is where all of this stuff has relevance. Like,
oh yeah, 100%.
That's where your student ID was from. You were a student at this place. And because of this time dilation thing, not because of time dilation, she was stuck in here for that time. You were asleep or something. You were in stasis, and now it's 20 years later, and you're gonna go back, and you already know you were an assigned student at this facility. So you already know that the people there might know you, but for them, 20 years have passed. So that's what it's introducing, and it does an okay job of that.
I do like that setup a lot. Especially what it would have been very easy, and I'm glad they didn't do it. But I did like the fact that that we were like, oh, do you know us? And she was like, well, I was like a freshman, and you were like high up, but I did read like that one paper you wrote. That was pretty cool. It would have been so easy for her to be pining after us from that moment or some shit or whatever, you know.
That's because they gave it to Mornia instead.
Yeah. Oh no, I wanted to pull her. Anyway, we'll see. But it's kind of like the fan service was absolutely heavy-handed in 2.8. But the quality otherwise for 2.8 like kind of allowed me to overlook it more than I usually would. I suppose. Like, if it was nothing but the fan service, I would have been a lot more harsh about it, but I actually really love how they executed this area and how they executed Chisa's arc. And the fact, again, she was her own character separate from us, and we didn't, like, yeah, sure, we still saved her from it, etc., but we're only there because, like, her fucking best friend sacrificed herself to drag us in. Like, it was still, we were entwined into it a bit more naturally, and we weren't, like, just, like, the fucking all-powerful hero or whatever that she loves. But I can understand the criticism of the fan service being way more heavy-handed than anything we've ever gotten before, for sure. But I didn't mind it. Maybe it's just because I liked her. I liked her as a character. I liked her.
You liked her design, like, from the get-go.
From the get-go, yeah.
Your kind of thing.
Yeah, 100%. Like, I think way before I started playing Wuthering Waves, when Chisa's drip marketing came out, I saw her. I'm like, oh shit! I fuck with the design. She got scissors. We love a Japanese schoolgirl in a black uniform with red scissors. It's just peak design. I'm sorry. Everyone knows it. That's why we've seen it in 20 different characters.
I really liked the setting was insane, and I cannot believe that it's so compartmentalized into a mode.
Yes.
That you don't play very much, and then you leave behind. It's ridiculous to look at it, but on the other hand, I ended up really getting tired of the stupid guinea pig thing.
I hated the fucking capybaras. They were fucking insufferable. They were insufferable. I saw it and I'm like, I saw the design and I'm like, oh, wait, okay, capybara. It's got a little cappuccino symbol on the tummy. I'm like, okay, this could be cute. This could be cute. No. I think they made a deal with, like, a demon, and they were like, please make our game mascot character, like, not annoying as fuck and actually endearing. And then the demon was like, okay, here's Abby, and Abby's fucking great. I've never had a problem with Abby. I think Abby's amazing. But in exchange, the demon was like, you're gonna need to have a whole race of annoying fucking mascot characters before your 3rd year, or else your game's gonna hit end of service. And they're like, fuck. And then the fucking capybaras were born. It was bad. It was bad. I play in English. Voice direction was not good. Voice direction was not. Everything about them was insufferable as fuck. And then you have the fucking fake out death moment with the fucking capybara. I wanted to strangle it. I swear to God. I swear to God. Sorry.
I blocked that out. I didn't remember it. The fact that not only are they, like, just annoying enough, and they're not just a background thing. They're in the environment. They're in the UI.
Mm-hmm.
They're in the gameplay.
It's a force. It's mascot.
Them to do anything.
Yeah.
They speak like the slowest you could possibly talk.
It's so annoying, and it's not even a fun slow speaking anyway. But slow speaking isn't ever fun.
It's just someone
like,
going, "I'm a tiny little capybara.
That's what they all. Yep.
We have to go and look. Oh, be careful if you're gonna go out.
Yep.
We have the toilet."
Yep. I didn't skip in 2.8, but I did match through all of their I was like, please don't have me hit, like, a minimum exploration limit for me to progress. Please, for the love of God. But no, they let me go. Thank fucking God. So yeah, I went into here thinking that, like, the fan service was going to be the worst part. Maybe that's another reason the fan service didn't hit that bad. Maybe it's because the capybaras fucking existed and I hated them. And I'm like, okay, you know what? This is fine, actually. It could be worse. We could have shitty mascot characters every single patch. Maybe this is fine. Maybe it's fine if everyone wants my dick. It's okay.
Being dragged all the way. Like, oh, that's bad. And then the capybaras went, oh my God.
Yeah, it's not that bad, actually. Give me back Chisa. Give me back Chisa. Chisa, you can call me senpai. It's not cringe anymore. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine, Chisa. It's okay. But yeah, I actually enjoyed 2.8 a lot more than I thought I would. And again, to date, right now, I would say Florova was probably my favorite executed, like, character story or, like, single arc, I want to say. Cardathea is also up there as well. Florova is my favorite. I would say Cardathea is, like, my second favorite. It was still kind of
the small one or the booby one?
Well, I mean her arc in general. Her arc in general. I do think it was kind of muddied by the story and details of the narrative being kind of, like, like it wasn't delivered super smoothly, and then also the big info dump that was like, okay, here's 2,000 words of lore. Good luck figuring that out before you continue, idiot. And I'm like, oh my god, I need to ask Nomadrix in Discord if I have this right. So it was weighted down, and like the fan service with like the shorter Cardathia, I do. Same thing with Carlotta. I feel like it kind of overstayed its welcome, and I feel like that development could have gone to either explaining things better or like just having a smoother execution of the storyline. But it's still my second favorite. I would still say hers is still my second favorite. Florover is my favorite, and then 2.8 is my favorite artistically. Like, just to be in, exist in, and maneuver through and experience and look at, 2.8 is fucking beautiful. So yeah, it's been 2 hours. I didn't expect it to be 2 hours, but I had a good time. Do you have any final thoughts on, anything that we talked about before we dive into 3.0?
I think I would have liked Chisa a lot more if she wasn't so... Like, we're not animals.
Mm-hmm.
She was put on the screen, and they made you look at her thighs like constantly.
That's true. Yeah. No, I can. Yeah, absolutely.
I would have liked it if it like I'm operating. I'm secure in saying this. I'm operating on a higher level than the apparent target audience that's going on here. I want something that to like really get into and digest and enjoy, and it's not a teenage girl's thighs for whatever reason. So
no, that's totally fair. I think oh, okay, actually we're gonna do one more ad break before we move on because we're right on there.
Yeah,
so
go
I'm
on.
gonna do that.
My other thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
They had a lot of potential in Renaissance characters to illustrate more about the story.
Yeah,
they didn't get to. They spent a lot of time on stuff that didn't matter so much. I don't care about doing a rehearsal with Carlotta where we do a little dance. I do care about how Brant has been exiled for like the vast majority of his life. Does he have his parents still alive? Did he have any family? How does he feel about the eventual undoing of the exile? A lot of people who were like stranded out there get to come back, and we don't get any real acknowledgement of that.
Yeah.
There's a bit where he gets kind of drunk, and you could like extrapolate that he was getting drunk because he was really happy about being allowed to exist in his home city again. But I don't think all of them move back, so I think they're just kind of, I don't know if that's gameplay and story segregation. I don't know if we know about that. Cantarella was like really good, but I think she should have had a very different outfit.
Mm-hmm.
The best thing for them to do to improve would be to just write things longer.
Write
on
things
a longer
longer,
scale.
and like don't be afraid to actually engage with the world. Because
They
like
have a problem with not allowing the characters to take any kind of real form that might be in any way off-putting, because there's someone out there who has the world's biggest piece of sandpaper, and that person believes that you can only market this to people by being as appealing as possible.
Yeah.
So, you know, Zanny is she's kind of a hard ass, but then they make a big deal out of how incredibly heroic she is under the surface. Galbrana is kind of a hard ass, but actually I like that she's not a basic hard ass. She's actually very willing to talk to you normally and
I like
be on your side.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was kind of refreshing. She's not like a doom and gloom.
Yeah,
hot
yeah,
topic.
yeah. You look at her and she's like, okay, this is the powerful, edgy character who you need to get on your side. And she's like, no, she's actually really chill. she's chill. She just kind of looks like that.
That just comes around to being like pretty fun. So
yeah, Galbraith
yeah,
is
that's
really
right.
good.
But everyone else is just way too featureless as a character, because they're mostly there to be a character design.
Yeah.
And underneath that, they don't give them a lot of depth, and that's just not the kind of game and the kind of writing they want to have. Like, they're not trying and failing at it, they're just not doing what I would prefer.
Yeah.
So that's just something that I have to deal with.
It's something where it's just like, I would have preferred it another way, but it's just, they're presenting in a way that I just recognize is just not up my alley.
Yeah.
But no, I agree with that as well. I think like the biggest ones in memory was that they spent so much time with like Carlotta and Cardathia were probably the worst of it, I feel like. At least the way that I played it, the way that I remember it, Carlotta and Cardathia were the worst of it, where they sacrificed a lot of what they could have done in developing the story or developing like the character themselves to like have you go on dates with them. And I'm like, did this need to be here? Could we have not gone on a date and also done something that moved stuff forward or something, you know? But like, I don't know. And then,
yeah,
like,
there's quite a few sections that
I'll go back.
Which bits? How many characters? There are several characters that have sections. I think like all of them in Lahai Roi, where it's like this is essentially a date, and there's a venue going on, and I don't know. It's not like a single moment, but there's a bunch of stuff that just translate as kind of a date. But at the same time, they've kind of justified it because you are just part of a student body, and those people are going to hang out with you.
Yeah.
So some of that's okay. God, the worst one recently was actually when I got near to the end of the storyline in the Wuling part of Arknights, and I'm sitting there like, okay, there's a crisis. You're in charge of this crisis, Tianxia. Why are we wandering around the streets and having you buy me ice lollies?
Oh,
what is going
God.
on?
They did it.
I
They
hated
did.
it.
Oh, wait. Like, are you talking about like 1.1 or are we talking about like 1.0?
I'm not sure because I took so long to play it. They've kind of blurred together. I'm pretty sure it's base game. It's launch.
Oh, okay. So you're talking about the date scene. Yeah, the date scene was kind of polarizing. I didn't mind it as much because like it was kind of like they said it at least the way that I remember. I can't explain it in detail because it's been why is game capture not working? It's
I'm
been
just staring. Like, look at the color grading of this area. It's so
where the
gorgeous.
fuck is it? Is this gonna work?
The
Oh, here we go.
abundant green amid all the buildings, the flashes of pink from the cherry blossoms.
Like it's like this is
It's fantastic.
This was just one patch. I'm like, what the fuck? And like the physics they have on like the cherry blossoms and like the newspapers on the ground. I'm like,
yeah, they just
why?
let you walk over them.
What the fuck? Where am I right now? Get the fuck out! Can we
Also-
get like a mod that takes out all the capybaras? Like, they're such a forced mascot, dude. It's so sad.
like-
It's so sad.
There's obviously also like the unreality of it. This is based on a real place that has been left to become overgrown.
Yeah.
Was it 20 years or was the time dilation like longer than that?
Well, it was 20 years. It was 20 years since Chisa entered.
Is it 20 years real time and inside it's like hundreds?
No. In the fucking space, it was 2 months.
Okay, so whatever happened in here.
Yeah,
the
because it was
overgrowing
attacked
is,
by the
like, independent
it was like
time-wise.
no, it was like a lament. It was lament disaster because like the lament hit. And that's part of the reason why she was trapped in here, because like even though she knew that the frequencies of the people here couldn't be saved, like they were already dead, she couldn't stop herself from trying to defend it because of all of the people crying out for help. I'm like, okay, that's really fucking sad. Like her
there's a
and her
bit
partner.
exactly
Yeah.
like that in Genshin, and that would have been maybe after this, but it I just played that bit, so I'm like, oh,
But
like
yeah,
my son.
I actually have this umbrella in real life. This is an actual umbrella that exists.
Aw.
Yeah. It's
lovely.
it's a very nice design. But yeah, no, this
Also,
thing is
hi,
fucking
Bree.
Hi Bree. It's crazy. It's like look at this
I
shit.
love
What the fuck?
overgrown cityscapes. It's like my number one aesthetic of all time. So I adore how the general feel of this, and it has such a joyous vibrance to it, despite it being so bitter in essence, which is also really good.
Like yeah, like the reason it exists is really sad. But
and then they put a cafe in it, and then they were like, "This is where you meet all of you the girlfriends you've collected."
okay, I don't want to talk about the 2.8 epilogue because like I went into it, I'm like, okay, this is the fan service epilogue. I'm just grateful they kept it completely separate from the main story. Like you still had to do it, but it was like it didn't interfere with like the plot. It was like, okay, this is resolved. Now it's time to have all of your ex-girlfriends / current girlfriends / current wives show up in the same space. And
I think
also
they
you get to
should've
see
gone
Camellia
harder
for
in
the
on
first
it.
time in like a year and a half.
Like, fair enough. If people like those characters, I'm sure it was like really great for them to get to see them and interact and have the vibes of these girls are all jealous over you. Like,
Cardboard cutout.
if anything, I'm just a little jealous about how that works. Like, sure, okay, I can see how that would be appealing if I was that kind of person And I'd like that with some of my characters, sure. But
Camellia thought she was invited.
they should have done. Oh my god, she's literally like tee-heeing at the camera.
Yeah.
They should have done more characters. They should have had every single person who you've ever had the slightest bit of chemistry with to really sell it. Like, yeah, you collected your fucking wives. You fucking happy?
It's just like you call it what do people call it? Wuthering wives. You call it wuthering wives. Here are all your fucking wives, and I'll watch them interact and shit talk you. Isn't this great?
Some people call it gathering wives.
Gathering wives. That's the joke.
Anyway, we coming straight off of that, we then launch right into 3.0, and we're going to leave behind that travesty, and the impetus now is that we have to find this blonde man.
Well,
That
we haven't introduced, like, the blonde man has not been named or introduced in the game yet. We heard, I believe it was Ameth on the radio. That's the last thing I left off on. But
The spatial tunnel to the High Roy has stabilized.
yes.
Weren't you
depart
right next to
whenever you're ready.
the place where you continue?
Meet me at the Chachot Cafe once you've made all necessary preparations.
I thought you were right there
I
just a
will
second
be
ago.
here,
Oh, wait.
waiting.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, you did I misread the map? I'm just stupid.
I don't know whether you went it. Maybe you have to go in a different way, but Shorekeeper was right there, just there a second
Yeah, I was
ago.
following the.
Oh, no, there we
Oh,
go.
okay, no, okay. I think I had to leave. Yeah, no, I had to
Yeah.
leave to trigger that thing because
Yeah.
this was a separate patch. Okay, yeah, I know. And they assumed that you would have left between then and then, but I didn't. Fucking capybaras. How do you fuck up the concept of a capybara with a cappuccino cutie mark on its fucking stomach? That's adorable. How do you mess that up so bad?
It's definitely
You have come.
something. It takes work.
Yes. Thanks to Namipon's efforts, the Black Shores has confirmed Lahai Roy's relative coordinates to Hanami City and stabilized a one-way tunnel.
I find Lahai Roy as an area, like, this place is incredibly
You may
appealing.
set out whenever you wish.
Hanami is, like, just great to look at. And Lahai Roy, I found, is kind of
is it?
unsettling.
Okay, well let's take a peek.
Yes.
Yeah, but I say that in a
Taught me
way
how to
that's
make
kind of
this
like
beverage.
respectful, because making
I
an
find it tastes
environment
better
look
with more
unsettling
milk than
is
sugar.
impressive to me.
No, totally.
I just made a cup. Would you like to try it?
Zanny's the only wife for me of respect. Do you have wives if you select a fan player character? Absolutely. Every scene was Yuri. Maybe that's why it didn't hit. Maybe that's another reason why it didn't hit as bad. I was like, at least I'm not playing a dude.
It doesn't register as being Yuri to me. If it feels like it's for the male character and you're just kind of there. But it feels very disconnected for me.
I understand the criticism for sure. I get that. Yoma's rich, but it doesn't taste like coffee at all. That's how I drink it. I can't drink coffee unless it's mostly milk, or sugar, or both.
Were you worried about something just now?
Hang on. I'm gonna
5,
turn
no,
it
that's
up.
just sugar milk.
Shit, yeah. I'm gonna turn it up. It's really low for me. Let me know if it's too loud. Both Pi and chat.
About Lahai Roy. The current void
It's fine. It could be
storm is
louder,
lasting
actually.
longer than usual.
A little bit louder. Void Storm
A
is
little
it's the fucking well, I'm not gonna click it. Wait, hang on, what is it called? Oh my god, what is it called? Like the localized phenomenon. There's a
Oh, the
collective
wave-worn thing?
wave-worn phenomenon. Yes, thank you. Wave-worn. Yeah, there it is. Thank you.
You needed to remember it before you clicked on it because you knew it was going to say that.
I knew it was gonna say it because I knew that's what it was. I'm like, I need to make sure I actually know these concepts.
This
I love getting the
is an
glimpses
uncommon
of
state,
tiny
and for
gyrating
now,
mighty
the
whenever
Black
you
Shores
adjust
can
the volume.
glean little else from what lies
He's
beyond the
bouncing. He's just a little guy. It's really funny because how I ran Umineko on Friday, or yesterday, I suppose, because it's windowed. Anytime I clicked, you would see Mighty on screen. I'm like, I'm so sorry about him. Don't worry about him.
you should go the extra mile and get a
Unlike
couple of
other
shimejis
regions
and just
on
have them wandering
Solaris,
around while you
Lahai
play.
Roy
Oh my
has no
god,
sentinel
yes!
To guide its civilization. Once considered naught
Oh,
I
it's
miss
sentinelless.
shimejis.
Frostland.
Sentinelless
It remained
behavior.
hidden until the Space
Sentinelless
Collective,
behavior.
an international research organization, discovered it.
She's a research construction working along, right? It was a space lab that built the research engine and started in the vast space of the press line.
God, there is actual world building in Lahai Roi that it was hitting for me in a way that the other regions just felt like they were
No, that's fair. Like, again,
not doing.
every single patch or version that comes out, I expect it to be better than the last one. No matter how minor, that's what I'm expecting. So, like, I'm expecting to go into this liking this better than, or at least seeing it's a higher quality than Rina City, even if I don't like it as much. Space Director that built the research engine to jointly establish various nations, overseas region. Okay.
Yet the Threnodian has
I love that we've
always
been
lurked
live
in
like
the shadows
2
of
hours.
this wasteland, causing
Hey,
wave-borne phenomena such as the void storm. Exposure to a void storm drains human frequencies
I would love to understand
until
more
they
about
vanish.
Lahai Roi.
I suspect that your
through
own
this
frequency
stream,
loss is linked to this
The one thing I
abnormal
didn't
storm
quite get
cycle.
was that, you know how there's always some
The
sky
Space
bullshit
Trek
going on?
Collective
Always some
is at
sky
the
bullshit going on.
forefront Of frequency
The High Rois is
stabilization
even
research.
weirder, but I'd like to
Once
understand what
there,
the
you
hell
will
it actually
undergo
is.
a full
Okay.
examination and receive treatment.
So the source of the problem and its solution can only be found there.
Yes, the way to Lahai Roi is open. It's time for you to return. The paperwork for entry into Star Torch Academy. Access to Lahai Roi requires strict clearance, so the Black Shores arranged for you to enter as a student. This acceptance letter belonged to your past self. It's still valid and will grant you access. Please, keep it safe.
That's so funny. You're gonna show up like, hey guys,
Here's my Hogwarts
So,
letter. I'm a
This
student
trip's
now, right?
theme is back to school.
I was already a student. Don't worry about it.
Once
I've
you
been here
enter
before.
Lahai Roi, I won't be able to contact you, but I will be here as
I can't
always,
remind you of my existence because there's
awaiting your
3 more
return
wives to
with
meet
new
in there.
stories to share. If only that were true. My apologies. I'm late.
Here's another thing that's happening in Wuthering Waves.
It's
You know-
time to set out.
You know how we were talking about the fact that they don't have like long-term, they don't like committing to like long-term development or things like that. Like they do it, it's just not very common. I'm
Oh,
getting
quick time.
what?
There was a quick time.
Oh, I didn't
selection.
fucking see it. Oh, sorry, I thought it was a regular
It's
selection.
just-
Hang on, I'll let them talk.
Thinking about going back to the academy kept me up all night. Both,
That's another.
I guess.
Oh yeah, quick
It's
time things
been
piss me
2
off.
decades since I was last there.
It doesn't matter.
Nine
Wonder
times out
how
of 10
the
doesn't
academy
matter.
looks now.
And I'm not sure when they changed it, but like
Teachers,
a lot of the
classmates.
fights you can't actually
and
die in. It
parents.
just takes you to 1 HP. I'm like, well then what's the point?
No.
Let me fucking die.
I can't wait
It's a
before
skill
setting
issue.
out.
Let me die. I did get fucking reverse pile drove by a fucking Tyrannosaurus Rex as Augusta though, and that was probably the most awesome thing that's happened in this game. Like dead ass, it grabbed her upside down, jumped in the air, like literally just exactly as you're imagining. It was fucking crazy.
I will say, thanks, stupid fucking
Shut up.
capybara.
I don't
I'll
care.
speak over him. I don't think it's like gonna affect your expectations in a bad way if I say
The
they
tunnel
seem
is
to be setting
stable.
this up like, okay, you're
It's
gonna
only
go in
wide
and
enough
Chisa's
for
gonna
one
return home
person
with
at a
you.
time.
Yes, because
And,
she's
you know-
she's heard on the radio that her mother's there. So like her whole thing was she was gonna return home to talk to her parents, but then she heard on the same magic radio that her mother is in there. So we're gonna be going in together. Is what the expectation
Yeah,
is.
so the whole like you're being pictured right now. You're side by side. You're
Okay,
looking at each
don't
other.
say anything else.
I see.
I feel like
Please
something's
let
gonna
me go
happen.
first.
Don't say anything else.
No, I gotta tell you. I gotta tell you. Otherwise, you'll have
Shopkeeper.
expectations that are gonna just fall
Thank
through.
you.
Let them fall
for
through.
looking after me during this
Okay.
time.
If I'm gonna be disappointed,
Fair
let me
enough.
be disappointed.
Fair enough.
Oh, don't get all serious. You
Shut
can visit
up.
Here's the
Alright.
thing.
I promise I'll visit.
Here's the
often.
thing. She's from 2.8. We're going into 3.0. She's not coming with us. I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen to her, but she's not coming with us. So like, I hope she doesn't. Well, she's not gonna fucking die. She's probably gonna have like, oh, I was spent too long in the anomaly space and I need to get de-virused before I go in or some shit. She's not gonna be there. Like, I already have that
She died on
expectation.
the way back to her home planet.
Well then, Rover, I'll see you at the academy.
She's not gonna be there for the same reason Shorekeeper can't reach us. They don't want you thinking about anything that's not 3.0.
Okay, that's literally what I was gonna say.
Yeah, no, that's totally fine.
It just feels weird that to look back on this, they set up this whole you're going there with Chisa.
I think it's because they're definitely setting something up. Like, they definitely don't want
come
you.
back to it
Yeah.
at some point.
They're 100% coming back, especially if her mom's there. So she has a thread that
Yeah.
hasn't been finished yet, but they don't want to resolve it in 3.0 because they have a new
Tell me
cast
they
to sell you. So you're
should
not gonna be allowed to
advance
see her for a little while. They're shelving her for a little bit.
But they didn't even, as far as I know, they didn't even
You
give
are
you like a
fully
reason. Like,
prepared.
you step through,
I see.
she doesn't appear again.
Well, we'll
She's
see.
not even mentioned.
If
Safe
they do
journey.
ignore Chisa completely, I'll be very sad. But
All right, time to go.
I'm gonna give it a second to let it cook.
This is my first WuWa stream. Is there usually this many pans of
Yes.
like, characters' legs?
Yes.
With nothing on them. I took a break. I took a break from the game for like 2 months. Exactly
wait,
when
sorry.
3.0 came out.
Oh my god, this is just like Ultra Kill.
My frequency.
Journey well.
I don't know why the boops always get me, man. I don't know why it adds like 70% more character when someone boops somebody.
Aww.
It's Madoka from Fortnite. Well, that was an entrance.
When I
It was very
played
pretty.
it-
Yeah, go on.
When I played it, I got to a point where I was they go back and they reference that cutscene, and I managed to forget that cutscene because it is out of nowhere and you don't know anything about what that represented. So when they started referencing it, I was genuinely lost, and I was like, what do you mean what do you mean when that happened? And eventually it was like, okay, when they say this phrase, they mean that giant void eye from that cutscene.
How did you forget the cutscene happened, though?
I think it was because I saw that clip like around the internet while I wasn't playing.
Oh,
and in my mind, it was
okay.
like, okay, so that's the thing that must happen later. And then I found it's the first thing that happens. And I was like, okay, well, I had already seen it. So it didn't like make the impact it was supposed to by accident. Anyway, we're shooting dudes.
Dude. Just cold-blooded murder. What the fuck?
Did you like fall in?
Get out of the fucking sky, idiot! Oh, thank God we didn't get shot.
I'm so sorry. You okay? Hurt anywhere?
My ass hurts.
You're a Star Torch Academy student too, right? Come on, I'll get you to the infirmary.
Oh my God, do we get a uniform?
It's a void worm. We gotta get out of here.
Is her tacit mark on the back of her thigh?
Hold tight.
I think so.
That's kind of great, actually.
I do actually quite like, wait, is it?
Yo, what the
Bungee?
fuck?
Oh yeah, just the one. Aisha has it on the front of her leg, and when she does her thing, she like gestures
Oh,
to
shit.
it,
Oh, hang on.
sticks her hip out, and I kind of like that.
I didn't see you. I'll handle this.
Yeah, this is June now.
fine.
Congrats.
But this void worm is carrying the Threnodian's frequency.
Huh? How do you know that? Never mind. I know a few tricks to shake it off.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I don't have my driver's license! Oh boy. Oh wait, I can go over here.
It's that guy. It's still your frequency. I know that stink anywhere.
I don't think I'm supposed to touch that. I think that's, I'm not gonna touch that.
You'll set up the score later.
I'm gonna touch it. Okay, yeah, it does hurt me.
Fine, but it's not getting off easy.
The fuck is this giant worm baba?
So this is what
Oh,
everyone
wait.
here fights against.
Shit, that's my alarm going off. My alarm is reminding me to take my fucking meds. Hang on.
Once we're there, we're safe.
Okay, I got it. So is this, I wonder if this is a different Thronodian.
Darn it. It's charging up. Hang tight.
Oh shit, okay, no, it's
They
fine.
don't have a sentinel, so
Yeah, they don't have a
Where's-
sentinel, so I'm like,
what's happened to the yin yang of all this?
Careful. It's closing in from the back.
Got it. Hang on. Full throttle.
I just imagine Rover's in the back, like, batting her hair away from her face, like,
Trying to take her
Need
meds
a place to use the terrain against it.
on the bike.
What about over there?
we're lagging a little bit.
Easy. Leave it to me.
I do notice a little bit of lag because WuWa does a lot of like live rendered cutscenes rather than pre-rendered. So I know there's like a lot of stuff going on. I do see it a little bit. It is a little bit choppy sometimes.
Safe and sound.
Is that building over there?
Oh, that's Star Torch Academy, where we're heading. Pretty amazing, huh?
What's this big ominous tower right next to the
You know,
school?
this giant tower next to the school.
It's far beyond what I had imagined.
Oh yeah, we built this school on like the grave site of some aliens. This is gonna be some weird shit.
Didn't get to
I'm
introduce
excited.
myself. I'm Lene, by the way.
I'm Lene. I'm Meta, so you better pull me next patch.
I saw your acceptance
she?
letter.
She is. She's very strong.
So,
Very strong support, I should say.
what's your name?
I don't know what she does. I
Oh,
just know she's
okay.
strong.
I got it. It's not totally safe yet. Let's keep moving while we talk.
Oh, her eyes are really pretty.
I do really like her eye makeup. There was a drip marketing scene of her doing her makeup in the morning, and she like just does one single brush with a large
Oh.
soft brush,
Oh,
and it just applies the whole thing at once, and it's really satisfying.
That's
to
so
look at for some
cool.
reason.
She does make Luke stronger, but I think Mornier is more important to his teams, and I'm only going to have a limited amount of pulls, so I am going to be skipping Lene right now, especially because I'm going to get Hiyuki, and Hiyuki's probably going to have a support. Chisa's rerunning with Hiyuki, I think, and I think people are speculating Chisa goes on Hiyuki's team, like, oh shit, can I go for them both? Fuck yeah! Maybe. Robo Wildlife!
There's such a like it's a theme, but I think they did a great job of making this feel kind of alien, and
It
that's
does,
what I
yeah.
meant when I was like, it feels kind of disconcerting. Some of the grass is green, and not all of it is. The plants.
It does.
are
It
very
feels like you're on a different
unearthly.
planet. It 100% feels
really
like you're on a
does.
different planet. Especially,
And,
especially with like the robotic wildlife, because the implication being like there's no natural wildlife, maybe. So in order
But
to
there
have
was
to
some
keep
owls
the
just then.
oh, I missed it.
Oh, there he is.
I still can't believe they're not siblings. They have the same fucking hair.
Who?
Lene and
Lene?
Luke. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Alliteration, the blonde tapering into the teal dip dye. Like, come on. They're both at the school. Come on.
if they pulled like some vibes from other games, particularly Jinzhou has this feeling of Death Stranding. It just really does feel like the music style, the landscaping, the kind of vibes of the technology. It's very, very Death Stranding. This area, by comparison, this is like Horizon Zero Dawn.
I like the distinct visual the distinct visions they have for the art direction of the different regions. Like the first Jinzhou struck me as like very Enfield, because it's like extremely post-apocalyptic. I'm like, I didn't realize this was post-apocalyptic. There's like cars and shit everywhere. And then we get
it's
to
so far past
Reseda.
post-apocalyptic that it's almost like it doesn't matter so much now.
Yeah, they're just ruins now.
There's a real bird.
It is a real bird. Okay, so they got real birds here.
Welcome to Star Torch Academy.
It is really choppy. Why is it so choppy?
You are streaming it to me at the same time.
Well, no, I mean, like, it's even choppier. It's choppier on stream than it is what I'm looking at. What I'm looking at gets kind of choppy. I'm like, wait, what the hell?
Oh yeah, what you're looking at, then maybe it's a rendering thing.
Maybe. Sorry about that, guys. I'll turn down the quality maybe in the settings, because I'm seeing the preview.
Remember when I said?
Yeah.
Do you remember I mentioned that I was there were points where I like was playing.
Bees!
I was exploring in Lahai Roi.
Yeah.
Bees. I was exploring Lahai Roi and I left the room and I got distracted doing something else in another place in the house for a couple of hours, and when I came back it was like a sauna in my room.
Yeah.
I think it's just Lahai Roi being like that.
Uh-oh.
It makes your if you stay here long enough, your graphics card starts trying to kill itself. And we were like, oh well, it won't matter just yet because we're in the older areas. But whoops.
Frequency fluctuations in the space seem to have stabilized.
Chisu is 2.8. Yes. So the patch before this patch released.
You seem a little off. You sure?
Oh my god, is she rollerblade? She's so cute.
Yeah, she does rollerblades.
Motherfucker.
She is. I do like that they really pinpointed every kind of aspect of the delinquent student.
It's great with the headphones and shit. Yeah, she's like, you should go to hospital just in case.
An active voidworm zone? What were you doing in a place like that?
Well, I needed to collect some ecological data for my research. Wait, no, that's not it. I was testing my new modified bike. No, I should say... I'm sorry, it's complicated. Could you please keep this between us? If the teachers find out I skipped class, went joyriding, and hit someone, oh, my record can't handle another strike.
Oh my god, they're literally Heelys. Because they're on her heels. That's crazy.
Consider it a huge favor I owe you. If you ever run into trouble here, just come to me. If I can do something about it, I'll do anything you ask.
I love being owed favors. I love that.
Oh, excuse me. I gotta take this.
They don't have attendance taking? I guess not, because I mean, this is still... This is technically like college university.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not like
it's
high
not
school.
high school, but we're going through our high school arc anyway. And I'm gonna fuck the nurse.
No, the nurse is a different character.
Oh shit, okay, whatever.
The nurse is a robot.
I'm gonna fuck the nurse.
I'm intrigued that you may, yet curious that you, I don't know.
It's a normal thing to want and possible to achieve.
Can you fuck the nurse?
Buddy!
I'm sure they've wondered.
Okay, I'll meet at the infirmary.
That's Luke saying that.
Buddy, they won't even let me fuck the nurse. I mean, I guess some universities also do have attendance taking. I know a couple of courses I had at my school and a couple of courses that Josh had at his school. They would take your attendance, and I think it was up to the teacher whether or not they wanted to manage that. No, that's a robot bird!
Oh, that one is, yeah. That one's confused.
That one's confused. I know the seagulls were real though. Umi and Echo
So
fucking mentioned.
The equivalent of Sonant's caskets. I don't know how the fuck.
Yeah, they're the cassette tapes. They're really cool. I
they're
want
cassette
one.
tapes,
I
yes.
want one. Give me mine. When do I get mine?
See them on the minimap.
I want mine. Give me mine. Because I know you can swap them visually. I want mine. Where is mine? Wait, I should probably not be Luke to be super immersive. Actually, I should probably hang on.
Do you mean the mechanism that you like have on you?
Yeah.
No, oh no, I mean like the things you pick up that are on the map.
Oh.
Are the cassette tapes. See them?
Oh, that's cute. Wait, what do
Tapes.
they represent?
Tapes.
Am I blind?
Tapes. But it's up.
Oh, Chisa! Are you okay? Please probably see this. Where are you? Ran into a bit of trouble. Where are you? Are you at registration? Goodness. Oh, wait.
Okay, bye.
Oh, Chev, arrived at Star Trek Academy, but the coordinates weren't stable. I caused a bit of a scene. I didn't anticipate appearing right in the middle of class. Give everyone a fright. When do you think you'll appear? Things have changed a lot at the Academy. All the teachers are very kind. As soon as they figured out my situation, they arranged my re-enrollment. Be able to see my parents again soon. Are you all right? Teachers say all comms are offline until the void storm ends. I can't contact Shorekeeper from here either. I don't know where you'll end up or how I'll find you. I've asked my teachers to be on the lookout. If you get to Lahai Roy, while there's a void storm, do not go near it. Wish you all the best. Are you okay? Please reply. Where are you? Aww! Sorry, I love you, Chisa.
It's been like a week or something.
I'm fine. Just a bit winded after grappling with that big old grub.
I should probably take my mask off. I probably look kind of sus.
Let me be there for everyone.
Hang on, how do I take it off?
As we head-
How do I? Give me my outfit. Give me my outfit. Give me my outfit. No, I don't want the tutorial. How do I get my accessories off? Oh wait, is it here? No.
I don't know. That's scary.
I know, that's scary. Do I do it from the menu?
Oh yeah. I think maybe. Another crown is in your inventory.
I haven't visited the sexy music guy to drop off all my tapes. Oh my god.
Oh, I got really confused for a second there.
It's like there's
I know, yeah, you
several
mean-
sexy music guys.
Yeah, like
Let
the
me
guy
be
who,
there for
you know how there's a
everyone.
person in each region who collects the caskets that you can see on the mini-map?
What?
Oh, you can collect like a skin that replaces whatever your thing is.
What is called Paul? I'm sorry, I'm the target audience. It's me. I am the target. Oh, trans rights.
That was a weird fucking laugh.
So true. Oh, it's the KFC wings.
I was about to, and then I didn't because I thought that no one would get it. I don't know.
Bruh, how do I get fucking call this persona? I don't know how to get this fucking mask off. Hang on, give me 1 second. Voice, no. Pose, no.
Let me be there for everyone.
Is it this one? No,
As
that
we
no, that's a
head
tutorial. I hit that
toward
already.
Go back to the
future,
t-shirt. Go back to the
leaving the
t-shirt.
past
T-shirt.
behind.
The bottom.
This one? Okay, that's terminal. That's the wings.
Yeah, it's none of these. Hang on. You can stay in game. I can Google. Wuthering Waves. How to take off mask.
Unless the mask is like, hang on, I'm just gonna... Unless it's like in here and I just don't see it because it's a different icon.
Okay, there is a thread on Reddit that just has a picture of before and after, and it says the carnival mask can be freely removed and put on any time. And then the next person makes a joke about Persona 5.
Sorry, so-called free thinkers when a mask is involved.
And then the next person down posts a picture of Joker, Persona 5.
Because, like, I
And
see the
there's no one
crown.
that-
I see the crown in here, so I'm assuming it's in this menu, but I'm not seeing it. I can never take it off. Zoom camera.
Where is it? I'm not fine. Hang on.
Because I
Oh, hang
imagine,
on,
I imagine there'd be unequipped, because, like, or a remove button.
Check the obtained mask in your backpack. It's got to be in here somewhere.
Maybe I am just fucking blind. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, chat.
Okay, hang
This
on.
is
Go
probably
through.
very frustrating.
No, not this bit. Not this bit. Okay, let me look through.
Oh, why
There
is
it
it
is.
here? Why is the one where? Well, I mean, I guess this is a quest wearable. Okay, that makes sense. I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
whatever.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. No,
It's
friend.
fine.
Time to go to school. Time to go.
Wait, can you pick up one of the tapes?
Wait, I can find Chisa. Wait, where is she? Wait, hang
Okay.
on.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was misremembering when I said she just didn't show up.
Okay, sorry. Oh, there is so much. Oh, the trees are cool.
Yeah, this place looks like it's like a visual charcuterie board
Oh,
that's been put in a blender when you first get here.
it's kind of great. Oh, there you are.
Didn't remember this.
Rover, finally! After the spatial tunnel, all I could do was wait, and I couldn't even contact the Black Shores. It's been days. I thought maybe...
There were complications. Took me a while to get here.
Days.
I'm just glad you're safe.
When you came through, did you notice anything strange?
Strange? Not really. I felt a little dizzy, but otherwise...
No giant worms. Lucky me.
So I was the only one pulled into that strange dimension?
Oh, strange dimension.
Are
Okay.
you alright?
I'm fine. Well, how about you?
Did you see
How's
any
it possible
floating pink-haired women?
I met my family.
Yay!
You know, when I finally saw them, it really sank in. For me, it's been months.
Oh, I can zoom in.
For them, I've been gone for over 20 years. They've changed so much. Thank you.
This woman's like,
I'll be alright.
I'll wait.
You've already
She's
done so
she's like,
much. I
okay.
just got here.
I don't want to interrupt your moment or whatever.
We were having a conversation, but fine.
Where's your fucking uniform?
I'll reconnect with my family. Catch
Are
up
you
on
cold?
schoolwork, fill in the lost years. It feels like I'm just
Yeah,
a
if I was
girl
missing for
about
20
to
years, the
start
first thing I would want to
everything
do is
fresh.
catch up on my schoolwork.
There will be worries, regrets,
Right?
but I'll keep moving forward. I will. And if you ever need anything,
I love how
I'm
she's
here.
clearly wearing. Oh no,
How
wait.
much help I'll be.
I was
No
about to
matter what happens,
make a
I'll
jokey
be wishing
criticism
you the best.
about the fact that she disappeared from the academy and was missing for 20 years. And she's clearly wearing what is a school uniform. But when you get there, that's not the school uniforms everyone was wearing. And then I was like, yeah, because that's the school uniform from 20 years ago, obviously.
Oh, maybe. Because like it is very Japanese inspired, so I imagine that was her school uniform
Oh,
when she
true.
was going to school at her old school. But then she talked about I think you're right, because then she talked about transferring to like Star Torch Academy and then being accepted there. So there's no real reason for her to be wearing this uniform at Star Torch Academy. So I think that's still a valid criticism. The answer is vibes. The answer
I
is
like
vibes.
to think Star Trek Academy was founded by weebs, and the uniforms were just like that.
Yeah, oh, that would be fucking funny. Is this a cassette? Where are the? Am I stupid?
Look up! Look.
I'm not
It's up there
upskirting
on
you,
that
I
map.
promise. It's one of the fucking collectibles. That's right. Oh, is that one of them?
There's one there too, yeah.
I can't fly. Oh,
You can't fly.
They took it away from me.
They got rid of that.
Oh,
You
they took it away.
can wall run.
They were like, y'all were doing too much. Y'all were doing too much and
There
getting
we go.
around all of our shit. So fuck you. You can't fly. I'm like, you know what? Valid.
You can jump to it now. You can still use the auto grapple. Okay,
Tape
you
of
did
last words.
You did it normally. You did it manually.
Oh yeah, that's fine. I want to see the
Oh yeah,
view.
so you know how each region has a collector of these collectibles,
Yeah.
and you go and turn them in.
Yeah.
And the first few times it's like a pretty nondescript NPC, I think.
Mm-hmm.
The Lahai Roy guy is like a kind of, I don't know how to describe him. He's kind of a robot. He's kind of an android.
I mean, like, I could, like,
Um,
when I meet him?
He's not a character. He's just the guy who takes the tapes. But when you give him a tape, he like
Well,
he
wait.
collects them in
What,
his-
like, wouldn't I see that if I went to go see him?
yeah. I mean, I can shut up if you want to see it.
Yeah. Let me, like, navigate me to where to find him. And
Okay.
I shall experience it.
Keep progressing until you get the motorbiker. Then you can just like new anywhere.
Got it. Tape of, when a cassette bearer is lost to a void storm, cassette is corrupted and state is disrupted, and that's what Lene was grabbing after she shot that guy, I imagine. Becomes a tape of last words. Now a mech in Soulsworn attire seeks these tapes of last words to cleanse their void matter contamination and restore the data within. Okay, so like when you die, you lose your thingy, and it gets corrupted, and then this guy's like, "I'll fix it."
When you die, you lose your thingy.
You lose your thingy.
Five-tailed 2026.
Yep. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I'm like, if it's something that I can experience it, if I can experience it live, I'd rather like experience it.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Yeah, you'll probably, I don't know.
Moose?
Moose.
I can't pet the moose. Can I ride the moose?
But you give it to him, he moans like a bitch. That's the one I wanted to say.
Why couldn't you just let me have that? Why did you have to spoil it for me?
I'm sorry.
Like, I'm like 2 steps away from him. Why are you spoiling it for me? Sorry. Let me have this. Abby!
Your frequency's calmed down a lot, but what you've lost still hasn't recovered. That void worm must have snatched it. Smells like a Thenodian, just like that big eyeball.
Okay. A Thenodian. Okay.
They must have ways to deal with the Thenodian. We might even get some help.
Why don't we have a sentinel?
And that girl who appeared out of nowhere.
Don't answer that.
Her voice was like the
No, I wouldn't.
The radio in Honami City.
Oh yeah, no, I'm just saying that as a general thing for chat as well.
Oh yeah. The more we play of this, the more it's like, how did I forget that?
A little bit, I'm like, they showed you the eye! They showed you the eye!
Let's focus on fixing my fading frequency.
I think I mistook it for something that happened
keep an eye
like
out for her in the
a bit
meantime.
ago.
Maybe.
As for Lene,
Like, did you skip through anything, like, through the story here?
No, I did not skip this. It's just, I don't know. I spent a long time, like 3 weeks, mapping and collecting everything in this area before doing anything else.
Oh, that makes sense.
Too
Yeah,
busy
sorry,
missing
we're-
Brent.
Fair. Bring him to not high school college. Okay, yeah, I am getting a warning from OBS here, so like as soon as I'm out of here, I'm just gonna adjust the video settings and see if that'll help.
Okay.
OBS is struggling with this.
It's skipping so many frames that you couldn't see her legs like lift off the ground. She was just kind of scooting.
Oh, out of
God.
video memory,
fuck.
trying to allocate a rendering resource.